Good evening, folks, and welcome to Flay High Field for a TVL Large matchup tonight between the visiting Medway Mustangs and your Westwood Wolverines. And joined, as always, Evan Cardamino on camera. Folks, he's also got the microphone on tonight. Evan, how are we feeling about tonight's matchup?
Well, Morgan, we're coming into Flay High Field, and what we need to see is a bounce back for Westwood. You know, tough loss last week to Malden Catholic here at Flay High Field. The week before, they also suffered a loss to Bellingham. So the big thing for Westwood today is you want to see him bounce back, get a hard-fought win. And, you know, we watched the Wolverines and warm up. They're fired up. They're ready to go. I'm sure that that's the thing on their mind right now. Get this win, come out of here with a good, solid game, and it should be a good one against a tough opponent in Medway. Medway coming into this game 2-1, 2 wins on the season. 1 loss to Pentucket, 2 wins against Falmouth and Dighton Rehoboth, so should be a good matchup. Worth mentioning for Medway, quarterback Logan Keeney, number 4, be on the lookout for him. Boston Globe Player of the Week last week, so it's going to be a tough challenge for the Wolverines, but this is a challenge they're up for.
You know what? There's no free win in the TVL, so you got to go beat good teams if you want to find your way into the playoffs. And you know, if you can come out with a win tonight, it's not going to get any easier for you. You have Norwood next week at home in the tabbing the We Grew Up Tougher game, and that will be live, folks. So be ready for that game live on Westwood Media Center, and we're going to actually, I believe it might be broadcast in Norwood as well.
I believe
the help
so.
of NCM with our friends Jack Tolman and crew.
It's going to be a tough matchup for Westwood facing Norwood, and they have a tough schedule ahead. Not only that, next week, the week after that, they're playing a tough Dedham team that we saw come down to the wire last year.
Yes.
After that, I believe it is Ashland and then Hopkinton. So, you know, you have your TVL stretch here to get you to the playoffs. You know, you're 1-2 right now, Westwood, coming into this game, and the big thing that's on your mind is just bouncing back and getting a solid performance today, you know, fighting for a win. So, you know, that's going to be the big thing for Westwood. You don't want to let this get away from you because your season, you know, the big thing is you're thinking ahead of the playoffs. Right now, Westwood Wolverines ranked 21st. They are, I believe, 5 spots, if my math is correct off the top of my head, out of playoff contention. So the big thing here is you want to continue to, you know, work your way and get into playoff contention, whether it's away or home. So for the Wolverines, it starts tonight, and this is a must-win game for them early on. It's going to be a good test.
They are going to be shorthanded like they were last week, so there's no J.R. Drayton tonight. There's also no Charlie Jessup tonight. So 2 very impactful seniors out of the lineup. But this is football, folks. Next man up. You know what? This is where legends are made, where next person, you know, jumps in there, and then all of a sudden you have, you know, a guy who is just making some moves and really solidifying kind of their future when it comes to Westwood High. And we have some guys in the mix, you know. So last week we saw some good flashes from Teddy McGowan, you know, at the receiver spot. Also, we've seen Adam Beauregard out there, and also, you know, Keelan McDonald doing Keelan McDonald things. And the Wolverines are coming on the field, led by their captains. Got Narwood Kamal Ratana Paboon and Ty Pindell. You got junior wide receiver Keelan McDonald, as we mentioned. He has been on a tear. I think he's scored a touchdown every game so far this season.
Flay High Field in Westwood, Massachusetts.
And we are going to send it over to Jay Risha, who is going to kick off tonight's pregame festivities, ceremonies, and the national anthem.
Team records coming into tonight's matchup. Medway 1 win and 2 losses. Westwood with an identical 1-2 record. Ladies and gentlemen, for all of your game information tonight and for the rest of the season, including the pictured roster of the Westwood football team and coaches, and information about all of our community sponsors and much more, please visit our website at www.westwoodgridiron.com. Again, westwoodgridiron.com. Thank you. Fans, ladies and gentlemen, Westwood Football and the Westwood Gridiron Club would like to recognize and thank our 3 official sponsors of the season. These sponsors have stepped up to partner with Westwood Football for the entire season. We will have sponsor shout-outs for each of the 3 during tonight's game, and please take a look at the scoreboard and banners for QR codes for direct website links for all of our sponsors. Thank you. Captains are meeting at midfield for the coin toss. For Medway, number 1, Aiden Tukowski. Number 3, Jacob White. Number 4, Logan Keeney. Number 32, Dylan Costa. For the Wolverines, number 5, Ty Pindell. Number 9, Narrowwood Kamalratana Paboon. Number 11, Charlie Jessup. And number 87, Murphy O'Malley. Wolverines have won the toss and elected to defer. Medway will receive the opening kickoff. Wolverines will defend the south goal.
And the Wolverines are going to defer the second half. They will start on the right side, going right to left across your screen. Medway going to go left to right. And we are almost ready to get underway. We'll have a national anthem kicked off, but I love that. Right off the bat, Wolverines win, and they say, hey, we want to start on defense. We'll take the second ball come second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps. Let us all face the American flag as one. And in a symbol of unity, let us sing along to the playing of our national anthem.
You know, Morgan, before we went to the national anthem, I want to point out, too, last week against Malden Catholic, Westwood took the ball first. So, you know, I like that call of, you know, deferring right to the second half. It's something we've seen the Patriots do a lot of during their dynasty run. They still do it, you know, defer, you know, get that ball in the second half. We saw Westwood do a 2-minute drill and then give the ball back to Malden Catholic at the end of the first half. Now, granted, they didn't score on that final drive, but you don't want to give your opponent the opportunity to score and then come back and get the ball. So I like that opportunity for Westwood. They can run a 2-minute offense. We saw it last week in the first half. But, yeah, it should be an exciting one. And
yeah, if you can score first after deferring, that is some great momentum to kick off. And this is where it becomes the chess match, is when you make decisions like this where you are putting your chips in front of you, knowing that we got a pretty good defense here that I have a lot of confidence in.
And Morgan, one of my keys to the game, I'll go through them now before we start.
Yes.
One of my biggest keys is on defense is stopping the big pass plays.
Yeah.
We saw Malden Catholic get a bunch of big gains. We saw 30-yard passes a lot. We saw a 73-yard touchdown as Westwood kicks off here. You want to prevent those big passing opportunities for Medway, especially with a quarterback like Logan Keeney, who got Globe Player of the Week. This is a guy who can sling it. We were watching the pregame. We saw some of his moves. Not only can he sling it, he's a great defensive back. So something you got to watch for. And then if you're Westwood on offense, the big thing you want to see is you want to see them get their pass game going. We didn't quite see that a lot. It was a little inconsistent last game. So the big thing I'm looking for on the offense is get your pass plays going. And don't be afraid to take that shot, but also, don't be afraid to find some of your guys on the sidelines. The best plays last week was when they passed to the sidelines and got out and hit guys on the sidelines.
Yeah, I'd like to see them look up the seam. That's where the biggest target on the Wolverines will be is Murphy O'Malley, and he is very difficult to defend there. And we're going to have 3 receivers up top, tight end set, running back off to the left for Keeney, and he's going to do a toss pass off to the left. And getting his way to about 6 yards, tackled by a couple Wolverine players for an opening toss play. And it looked like it was Christian Cautilli, the running back, number 5 for
There's a gain of 7 on the play.
the Mustangs. So a gain of about 6, 7-ish. Going to be bringing up a 2nd down and 3 on the scoreboard. And that was a good hard play for Medway. Westwood, sees that and says, okay, now we know we've gotten the first hits out of the way. Now it's game time, and be good to see how they take on the passing and running offense. And it looks like there was a player in motion, quarterback keeper, nowhere to go, and stopped for no gain. Looked like tackle made by, was that Pete? I think it was Peter Mills for no gain. Big play there.
And Morgan, one guy to keep an eye on tonight, number 59, Jack Corrigan. He had a big game last week.
Yes.
He's a guy who can disrupt the plays often. He's going to be, getting him going early in this game is going to be big for Westwood defensively. And they have a solid 1-2 punch in him and Keelan McDonald on the defensive side. So keep an eye on him, folks. He's one of those guys who you're definitely going to want to watch in this game to see him have a little more of an impact.
Yeah. Keep an eye here, folks. 3rd down and 2. Everyone's expecting run. This is where you see sometimes the play action QB keeper, but we'll see what they come out with. Keeney in the shotgun, hands it off. Downhill goes Cautilli for the 1st down. He's going to move the chains.
Cautilli, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 59, Jack Corrigan.
So it looks like it's kind of like that college type of offense where they use the read option with the quarterback and the running back, which freezes up the linebackers, and they find their receivers about 5 to 10 yards out where the linebackers are when they catch them biting on the run. And if Cautilli runs like that, those lanes will potentially be open because you got to respect the run. So this is an interesting style offense. It's kind of a Madden style offense, where each play he's going to show that. So he's passing here, and there he goes, finds Aiden Tokowski, but incomplete on the pass. But Tokowski had some space there. And going to bring up 2nd down.
It was a great read by Keeney, just a little bit behind Tokowski there, and just dropped it. But like you said, they're running a read option offense, which, like you said, it opens it up for them. And right now their offense is driving. I like that they're establishing the run early, wear out the defense. Yeah. That's your goal if you're any offense. Establish the run. We talked about it last week. It was key for Westwood. And they did a good job with Senjik and Narut, but, you're going to see Medway do that here as well.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 10. Keeney takes a snap, throws it up at the top of the field. Got an open player, and he's going to be tackled right around the 1st down marker. I think he's going to be just a bit shy. The key, Evan, with this type of offense is the linebackers, you got to watch the guards. The guards will tell you everything that they're doing. They'll tell you where they're going on runs. You'll see pulling guards. You'll see where they shade. You'll see who they're initiating contact with. You'll also see tall hats and low hats. Tall hats are pass protection. The low hats are them driving to try and push, people away from where the runs go. So those are the key. Where you get into trouble is when you look in the backfield and you're looking at the quarterback. A little QB keep here, a little tush push, and they get the 1st down.
I like a QB sneak play.
Yeah.
We saw that. You mentioned tush push. The Philadelphia Eagles have mastered that, but for years we don't talk enough about how Tom Brady had that play down to a science.
But he at least took it himself and just jumped. He was big on jumping over the pile, jumping below it.
I think Tom Brady's a little bigger than Jalen Hurts, though. He's 6'4".
Yes.
230, I think, during his playing days. So
Jalen, though, got a little power behind those legs.
That's
Very
true.
fast guy. You ever see him on the squat rack? He can move a lot of weight. It's going to be 1st down for Medway. Keeney going to send it near side. That is caught by Jacob White, who's able to slip away. We do have a flag, which looks like it's going to be a hold on Medway. We'll get confirmation. But a connection nonetheless of about 22 yards.
Oh, pass interference, I believe. Or block in the back, excuse me.
So block in the back. So here's the thing, too.
Initial signal, a penalty against Medway.
You got to keep an eye on where the officials, it could be like downfield, it could be at the line of scrimmage, you know, so this looks like it's going to be where he caught it. And they're going to bring it back, so it's not going to be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, it's 10 yards from the spot.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's essentially going to bring up first down and 15.
But big play for Westwood there. They just let up a 30-yard gain, and we talked about that in the keys. You know, you can't let those types of plays up. So a lucky break for Westwood, but it's those type of plays that you have to be wary of it from Medway, because this is an offense that you can see can make those types of plays.
I do, though, like the Wolverines. They didn't bite on that play, because that's where you really, you know, if you bite on that, then they're going to throw the out and up. But you got to get downhill quick. You got to get physical. You got to get right into their face, get through the block to be able to make a tackle. And we're going to pass looking deep down the field and a connection with Jacob White, and he scores the touchdown on a 53-yard touchdown pass by Keeney to White.
You cannot throw a more perfectly placed ball than what we just saw right there. Keeney, that was a dime, Morgan. And he had a defender coming too. I believe Keelan McDonald was coming fast on the off the edge.
Yeah,
and
he got rid of it.
Just stepped up in the pocket, threw it 53 yards, and what a beautiful throw by Keeney.
You know what? There's no defense for a perfectly thrown ball. And that was right in, it was a can of corn. Fell right in his hands, in stride. And they scored the touchdown, and it looks like they're setting up for the extra point attempt, which is going to be kicked by Keeney himself. So quarterback throws it, now looking to kick it, the extra point, and it's blocked.
And it's blocked by Corrigan.
You know, what we see differently is they call it a dead ball right after the block. So typically back in the day, Evan, you block that, you could take that back the other end for a safety. So that used to be a big play back in the day, where, you know, those 2 points, it's a 3-point swing.
I tell you, Corrigan had a good, he was the only guy back there, and he had run over the kicker. He actually probably would have been taking it to the house, and that would have, you know, helped out a little bit here. But, you know, the thing now for Westwood is get your offense going. You know, you can't, you got to score.
You got to go down and score.
Yep.
And you know what? Football is a game of adjustments. You've seen the offense now. You figure out what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is they want to work that read, you know, and kind of deceive you a little bit on what, you know, what you think they're doing is then something else. Ultimately, if you're a cornerback, you got to watch the guy in front of you. You also got to take your read steps and play over the top, and then be aggressive when you know that ball's in the air. But the linebackers have to key on those guards. They got to watch those guards where the guards aren't going to lie to you. The quarterback and the running back, they'll be deceptive where the ball is.
Right.
So Medway going to kick off, and guess who, Evan? Keeney going to do it all. And it's a good one. He chips it down to around the 10. Picked up by Westwood. It looks like Narwood going to take it, and he's got some space. And he gets it up to around the 40 for a nice return by the senior.
Great way to swing some momentum back and set yourself up. And Narwood, I mean, if he got past that last defender, that was a house call right there, and would have been a timely play for Westwood. But gonna get a chance to see the Wolverine offense here.
Yeah. You mentioned your keys, Evan. My keys, I want to see them run the ball for some longer gains. They were doing the 5 and 6, which is great. That's moving the chains. But making it easier for themselves with like 12-yard gain, 15-yard, you know, get it to a 20, you know, where you really open up the offense when you're getting gains like that from the running perspective.
And when you're able to get 12 or 13-yard gains, as we hand off here to Senjek.
Senjek with a good gain, or about 11. That should move the chains.
And Morgan, I think you called it a little bit. But one of the things that you'd like to see, too, is when you get to that second and third layer of the defense, your odds of breaking it for a big house call go up drastically. You know, with the 5 or 6 yard plays, last week Malden Catholic kept the Westwood offense kind of in the box, in the zone, inside the field. If you can break it out and get to, you know, sort of get past the line and get past the linebackers, you're you could be one-on-one, maybe two-on-one with the safeties and cornerbacks. So, you know, your odds go up drastically. So for Westwood, getting those bigger run plays is going to be key.
Tell you what, though, if you are a corner or a safety who's got to make a tackle on a guy who's made it to the second level, he's got about a 10-yard head start, and you got a 0-yard head start. That's a difficult tackle to make. It's going to be a very physical one. That's not a fun one to make. So it's you make a good point there. When you get through that second level, you have space. You got a lot of power and speed behind you.
Yep.
Typically, we see those physical plays. We used to see that last year, you know, on some of the Donegan catches when he was at the second level.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see that 20 yards, 30 yards, and that's when the play action is going to open up, where you're going to have guys wide open, especially tight end inside players where you have to get covered by an outside linebacker, middle linebacker. We're going right back to the run, and a good gain there by Senjik for a gain of about 8. Because when you look at, like, last week, you have a good 5-yard run, 7-yard run, and, they would still have third down, fourth downs, and if you can get first downs on first down or get first downs on second down, that's a really good sign. And there we go, first down, making it easy for the Wolverine offense and getting the Wolverines into a nice flow.
Westwood's getting their their offense on the ground established really well early on. That's something that we saw them sort of struggle a bit with Malden Catholic. They were getting those 4 or 5 yard gains, but now you're seeing 8, 9 first downs here as Senjik gets stopped at the line, and he keeps it going. But the run game is just as important as the pass game. I mentioned the pass game because we saw a lot of throws last week that just didn't get caught, in traffic, missed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my big thing, is seeing them improve on that.
Yeah.
Because you need to have both sides of the ball.
Concentration. The concentration wasn't there last week on some throws that I think were very catchable. In traffic, you got to make some tough catches, knowing the guy's probably going to hit you pretty hard, after catch tackle. And another good run here. This one is Narawut Kamal Ratana Paboon. He gets it, I think, for a gain of a few.
But the thing you don't want to do, if you're Westwood or any team really, is you don't want to abandon one side of the game completely. You want to keep it sort of balanced. We've seen Westwood establish the run early in games. Last week, I think their first drive was very run heavy before they started implementing the passing game. And I think that's kind of what Westwood's doing. When I stand corrected, is we got a pass to Murphy O'Malley.
And a nice gain there for the first down for the senior captain, Murphy O'Malley.
And he's a guy I'd like to see get more targets too. Murphy O'Malley wearing the 87 out there. He looks like he's Rob Gronkowski.
He does. He plays like it.
And he plays like it. And he's a physical.
He blocks too.
We've seen some practices where Dad Joe O'Malley's out there helping him practice, and he's a physical guy. So I'd like to see him get some more passing opportunities out wide here.
A little quick pass to O'Malley again. It takes one tackler on, now 3, and still moving the ball, and he's down right around the 5-yard line. And that is going to bring up, be good for another first down for the Wolverines.
I hate to keep going back to the comparison, but that's a Gronk play right there. Gronk would have a couple games or a couple plays every game where
that was a read option by Westwood. So Westwood
guys.
kind of taking a page out of Medway's playbook. Quick read option. That's how you open up the field right there. Quick throw. Hand off to Kamal Ratana Paboon. And he is going to be tackled right around the 2-yard line.
Narrowwood with the ball carry.
But yeah, a quick read option there by Pindell with, I think, Narrowwood, and found a great lane there for O'Malley on a 12-yard gain to bring it down to the 3-yard line.
I think one of these plays you're going to see Westwood throw, but I don't think you're going to see it this play. I think you're going to see a run here, unless he has a good read. It could be a read option.
They got some lanes here. Pindell can run himself, and he's going to hold it. He bootlegs, looking the other way. The throw, catch, yes! To Keelan McDonald.
Complete. To Keelan McDonald, touchdown Wolverines.
That is exactly how you needed to respond if you're the Wolverines. Get a touchdown here and keep this game close. Love to see it. And they got the pass game going. We saw a couple passes. And
they took that 60 yards down the field after a Kamal Ratana Paboon kick return, but a naked bootleg, and it was identical to a touchdown that he had last week to O'Malley. Bertone gonna kick the point after attempt. Look to put Westwood up 1. Oh, and a beauty. The 40-yard extra point.
Well, you mentioned that. We saw from Bertone in practice, last week, Malden Catholic had 2 guys out here kicking 40, 50 yards. And this week, we got our own little 40, 50-yard show from John Bertone pregame. He was kicking long. But what I like about that drive, too, is Westwood got physical. You saw run, pass. And who they passed to? Murphy O'Malley, one of the biggest guys on the field. And then the next guy they passed to for the touchdown was Keelan McDonald, another big guy. They used their size there, and they played physical. That's what you want to see out of this team. This is a tough opponent. They're going to be a tough opponent. This could be a shootout here that we have on our hands. But the way you win those types of games is you have to play physical and you have to play big. I like that strategy early on of establishing the run, wear out the defense a bit, and then when they're worn out, throw in the air, get them in the air, catch them off guard.
So Keelan McDonald has caught a touchdown pass in every single game this year. He's having himself quite a start to the season, and we didn't even look at him last year as a receiver the way we do now. Last year, we're like, this kid's a defensive third down specialist. This year, he is a monstrous wide receiver for the Wolverines, making it. And we got contact on the kick, which is going to be defended right around the 43, 44. Medway's going to start it from there, but McDonald's been dominant at wide receiver, and it's not, he's not the fastest guy. He's a guy that just knows how to get open, and he's a guy that, hey, if it's thrown to him, he isn't dropping too many balls. He's able to get those and make big plays for the Wolverines that have converted to touchdowns.
Raffle ticket sellers going around. Now's the time to get those.
So let's see the adjustments the Wolverines make here on defense.
Right, you have a drive under your belt. You've seen what Medway's offense has given you. Now here's the time for the stop. Can you kind of adjust to the read option?
It looks like we're going to get a cover 3 look. They bring Senjik in the box, who's coming right off the line. And then Kaltuti with a big gain there, 15 yards on the first run. Kaltilli, who's been pretty productive so far for the Mustangs. Christian Kaltilli, he's a senior, also a linebacker on defense.
Tackled by Keelan McDonald and number 13, Chase Warren.
But they had Senjik up on the line, and he was coming right across the line of scrimmage to see if he can catch the quarterback on a keeper or if he can get arms on Kaltilli's legs. But I like that play. If he can time that, he's got the speed who can get down that line and force him to bounce.
We've seen a couple guys on this Westwood defense that have the speed to get there quick. It's just a matter of getting there.
Yeah.
They're getting a good off the ball, but if you're Westwood, you got to finally get that sack.
A little jet sweep on the far side, and McDonald with a great play, tackles. Looks like number 18.
Number 8, Grant Hetzel.
Number 8, excuse me, Grant Hetzel, only for a gain of 3. A great play, holding down on that edge over there by McDonald. It's something we talk about a lot on these calls is you got to solidify the edge. You can't let players get outside that edge because if he gets out, he's running wild. He's going for 20, 30, and you're hoping the safety or a backside player can make that tackle. But a great play there by McDonald. It's exactly what you want to do as the outside guy is make sure that he's not getting outside of you for a long gain there.
And that's going to be big throughout this whole game. One of the big things you look for in any read option offense is speed. Speed is what is going to make or break your offense, especially in read option. So Medway has good speed.
Keeney looking to throw. He's looking for a screen pass. Goes to Kautilli. He's got some space, but then tracked down by number 58 for the Wolverines. All right, I think it was Corrigan. Jack Corrigan with a great play. He sniffed that one out. And it looked like Zephyropoulos as well on the tackle, but great play. They sniffed that out. That's a dangerous player in open space to track down, and the Wolverines able to make sure that was for minimal gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
And Morgan, looking at the clock right now, you might see one more playoff if it's on the ground or in the air, depending on whether it stops. But it was a fast quarter, I was going to say.
That's what happens when you run the ball.
Yeah, last week we saw a lot of stoppages, a 2.5-hour game, but already moving quickly here in this week.
Keeney hands off to Kautilli, and he's stuck at the line for a loss.
That's huge for the Wolverines. They're forcing
Corrigan, Senjik, and I believe McDonald on the play. What a beautiful play there, which, as we knew, it was going to be 4-down territory, and they're going to go for it, but we are going to run out of time here in the first quarter. And
That
that
is the end of the first quarter.
is going to be the end of the first quarter. So after one quarter, Wolverines up a .76. We'll take a quick break, folks. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian, and Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. 4th down and 4. Medway going for it on Westwood side of the 50. Biggest play of the game thus far right here. Heaney takes a snap. He's looking to throw. A couple Wolverines closing in on him. He's going to try and get it on the near side, but tackled by a Wolverine. Michael Zafiropoulos with the big play, and he's short. Turnover on downs. Wolverine ball. Great play there on a dangerous running back who had some space, able to track him down. And that is a momentum play for the Wolverines, and they're going to get the ball right just inside their 40, going the other way.
And that's exactly what you need if you're the Wolverines. A turnover on downs, capitalize on an opportunity. Your defense came up big with a stop, but now it's time for your offense. Come out here and capitalize. You need to come away with some points here. This is a Medway team that could be dangerous on offense. So,
Michael Zafiropoulos, he's a bad man. We saw some clips of him in the West Bridgewater game on some of those screen passes, and he went downhill and took out a couple players to open up some lanes. He does it on both sides of the ball, folks. Key player for the Wolverines on the defensive and offensive side. Senjik's got a lane, and he gets 10 and more, and tackled at the 45 for a gain of 15.
He had a nice little move there, too, a little spin move to get a couple extra yards. So
he's off to a great start.
Senjik's a bit more of a speedster than what we're used to seeing. Last year we had Dante Martucci.
Seen him on the base paths, stealing second base.
He's got that speed. We're used to the power back, so opens the offense. It changes the way you run the ball. You have a 2-back system here now with Narut and him, and
right back to
go right back to him.
Took a hit, but was able to get another 2 or 3 yards after initial contact. We'll see where this is spotted. Narut gonna walk into the game where you have the 2-horse offense here at running back, and just fresh legs is the key.
Well, yeah, that's the big thing too for Westwood. Last year we saw it was the Dante Martucci show, who we saw here tonight. Actually said hello to him, and back visiting from Assumption. But you had Dante Martucci was kind of your 3-down guy. He was your workhorse.
Yep.
Now you go to the 2 running back set, but what that does
fresh legs
is fresh legs, exactly. And then you can bring Narut out when Senjik needs a rest, get him ready to go for the next down, but Narut can get you 5-6 yards, even though he's more of a power back.
Number 9.
You see him able to kind of get those breakaway runs.
So Evan, keep an eye here. It's third down, but 4-down territory. Wouldn't be surprised you see a little play action pass here.
Yeah, I like. Usually we see the Westwood offense. They like to throw here, and I think we haven't seen a throw this drive yet. So I agree. I think you're going to see a play action pass.
I'm looking at 87 right now, and they were looking throw, and he's going over to McDonald. McDonald catches, trying to get some additional yardage. I do believe he's spotted out. Looks like he has the first down.
I think he does.
Just waiting on referee confirmation.
They're going to spot him right at the line.
And they're going to take a look. It's close.
McDonald is stopped at the Medway 35-yard line. Correction,
ball-
37-yard line, a gain of 2
Ball
on the
is
play.
placed on the ground now. They're gonna
That might
they're gonna
not.
say it's short.
Yeah.
It is fourth
It's a
down
short
and 1.
I'm
placement.
surprised they're not measuring it just to give everyone a heads up on what's the down the or what's just the distance.
It's gonna be probably 4th and inches.
But you
here.
got Narawoot in there, and he is not going to slow down when he gets that ball put in his hands right here. Watch this, folks. There we go. Narawoot downhill, churning the legs.
Narrowwood
He was
on
tackled at the
football
line
and
and
the ball
driven
carrier.
back, but where was the forward progress? I think it's short.
Yeah, I don't think
I
he
was
got.
looking at the official on the far side, and he had it on the other side as a first down, and then changed it as the contact went back. But it looked like he had the forward
Stopped
progress.
at about the 38-yard line.
And they're gonna call it
say it's
turnover.
first
Short of
down.
the line
Wow.
again. Medway ball, 1st and 10.
It's back-to-back turnovers on downs. Defense is coming up big for both teams here, but
This is what these games are about: is making 4th down stops. That's how you're not only getting the ball back, but you're getting some good momentum. Medway going to have it similar to Westwood on their 39. So Westwood had it on their own 39, and this is sometimes these games can be a little poetic, Evan.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing if you're Westwood now is, the big thing for both these teams too is the turnover game. Typically whoever gets more turnovers is going to win a game. So you want to see Westwood maybe get a turnover here. I don't think we saw them get a turnover last week, whether it's a fumble or a pick. So
A run play off the start. I think it may have been a QB keeper.
Keeney on the
Yeah.
keeper.
For a gain of about 8. A nice run play to start on their drive.
I'd like to see the Westwood defense come up big with something here. So
Yeah.
the den's getting loud, that's for
Stay
sure.
on the tackle. A gain of 8 on the play. It is
Got to
second
bring up
and 2.
2nd down and 2. The Den is
At the
really
Medway
starting to pack up right
47-yard
now.
line.
It is country western theme tonight. A lot of cowboy hats. If it wasn't a football game, you'd think you're at a Kenny Chesney concert. It's fun. Different themes for the games and cheering on the Wolverines. 2nd down and 2. Keeney's got 2 running backs with him. 2 receivers up top. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Cantilli, but no gain. And then tackled by McDonald. They're going to say
Kristen
right at the
Costelli,
line
ball
of scrimmage.
carrier. He is stopped by Keelan
So
McDonald.
great job by McDonald.
And it's going to be
The
sure.
progress
Tilly
is
was
short
looking
at the
for
Medway 48-yard
a lane,
line.
and
Gain
then
of 1 on the play.
McDonald
3rd down
just
and
closed
1.
in on that, able to get a hand on him, and they drove him back, so no gain. Or I guess technically they gave 1 yard, so 1 yard. Bring up a 3rd and 1. But you know what? I've seen 2nd down and 1, and teams be able to get 2 stops for no gain or a loss, and to be able to get the ball back. So we got 3rd down and 1. Medway looking to get a 1st down. Wolverines looking to get downhill and get a tackle for loss or no gain. Keeney going to take it himself. He beats a couple Westwood defenders, and then he's able to get it across the 1st down. He hit the ground pretty hard there. Let's see. It looks like he's going to run off the field. Yeah, he hit the turf
Tackled
pretty
by Zafiropoulos.
hard.
1st and 10,
Evan, in my
Medway at the
playing
Westwood
career,
47-yard line.
It looks like he shook it off and is just going over the coaches. But in my playing career, had more concussions from my head hitting the turf than hits.
The turfs can be brutal sometimes, especially look at MetLife last week. I had Malik Neighbors on my fantasy team, unfortunately, tore his ACL. But, turf can be unforgiving sometimes, We
got a field hockey bus pouring in right now after
they're loud.
playing Bishop Feehan on the road. The 1st down for Medway. Keeney with the running back off to the right. He's going to try and throw a screen pass up top. Finds number 3. He's got some space and able to get a big gain there for about 12. That was Jacob White. They connected on the touchdown in the 1st quarter.
Keeney's pass to Jacob White. Complete and tackled by Narrowwood. Kamal Ratana Paboon.
Narawoot with the tackle.
34-yard line, 1st and 10.
And bring up a 1st down for Medway. Ball is spotted on the 34-yard line. First down from Medway. 3 receivers up top. Tilly to the left of Keeney. You're going to go toss left. Tilly able to get it inside the tackle, and then a great fill there by Zafiropoulos. Great job, able to. What you see there is he had great movement waiting for that hole to open up. Then you saw Tilly pick that hole. Zafiropoulos got downhill, made a beautiful play there. Look at that. That is key right there, because that's only a gain of 2. That is just old school physical football right there, and a great play by Michael Zafiropoulos.
Westwood Den members, get your field goal contest tickets out. We're going to draw that winner in just a minute or two. The Westwood Den members, get your field goal.
And it was a great job too by the edge.
So we're going to see
there was nothing there that forced Tilly to come back. When you set that edge like that and you can't take the ball around the corner, you got to come back inside. And guess who's inside? Those middle linebackers.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 8. Keeper for Keeney, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Keeney on the keeper.
They might give him a yard or 2, but it's looking like 3rd and 8, maybe 3rd and 7.
This is a great Corrigan on the tackle.
This is a big situation for Westwood here, because if they can keep it 3rd and 7 and get to 4th down here and keep it, 3rd and medium, or 4th and medium rather, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is 4 down territory. You're forcing Medway to kind of be perfect here.
Yeah, Wolverine's got to stay disciplined here. This is where you might see some passes, and you know what we haven't seen this year, Evan, is like those trick plays, the double reverses or the flea flickers, things like that. So you got to be disciplined. The corners got to stay on their guy. Your responsibilities right now are the deep thirds. Now it looks like they're cover 2, so the deep half for the corner safeties in the flat area. Keeney taking the snap. He's got a couple guys closing in, and McDonald on the sack. Senjic as well for a loss of about 12.
Keeney is sacked for a big loss.
Big play for the Wolverines. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 20. Actually more, about 22.
14 on the play. 4th down and 21 at the Westwood 45.
Big play by the Wolverine defense there on a key 3rd down. As Evan, we were mentioning earlier, the clock just continuing to tick. That was a very fast first quarter. We've got 3 minutes 47 remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Morgan, I think we're going to see a 2-minute offense out of Westwood here.
We're going to see a punt here for Medway. So a beautiful job by the Wolverine defense. Forced a punt when it looked like it was going to be 2 attempts for a 1st down by Medway. But that was negated by a big-time sack. McDonald and Senjic. The Wolverines will take it on their 10 going the other way.
So they have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to drive 90 yards here.
I think they got some good plays for this. This is something, as someone who played for head coach Brad Pindell, this is something that they practice every day, a 2-minute offense. And they will do it even on the walkthrough. The walkthrough is probably the most important day because it's moving very quickly. And he's throwing scenarios out there. He's saying 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, and he's getting those plays going. So keep an eye here, folks. It is beautiful when you get the 2-minute offense and orchestration. Pindell gets a snap. Quick throw, and who but Murphy O'Malley for a quick 11-yard gain, and that's going to move the chains.
And they're moving to the hurry-up offense here.
Yeah, use the timeouts when you need to. Move that ball. You got plenty of time, but you want to make the Medway defense tired very quickly on these short passes, the tough runs, where they can't sub guys out. Pindell goes back into a 5-step, looking for McGowan.
And he's looking for it. I don't think
like there was some hands on, but the ball was a little ahead of him. And
yeah, usually refs won't call the pass interference if it's not a catchable ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what they saw there. It was a little ahead of him.
Yep.
But the other thing too about Westwood here is if you can, keep this, if you can clock manage this and get it down to where you only have 10 or so seconds, or you can run the clock out and score. The big thing is that you get the ball in the second half. That's that strategy we talked about early on in the game. Go down here, score. That's a deflating score. They have to think about that during halftime. And then you come right back out and you get another opportunity. So, expect Westwood to
I'm
play the clock
predicting
game.
a screen pass here. Nope. Hand off to Senjic. He gets about 2. Those screen passes in the 2-minute offense are some of the most underrated plays. They're all expecting the 5-yard, 10-yard passes. the seam pass.
Westwood Den, orange
And
tickets.
when you
Westwood
catch
Den,
them,
attention, Westwood Den.
trying to get too many
5,
steps on
9,
their
1,
back
0,
pedals
9,
for
6.
defending on some of those passes, that's where you really have some room
5911096.
to work with on those screen passes,
Go see
particularly the
height
running
proof.
back.
This is your ticket. You will be competing in the field goal contest.
Sendrick set off to the right. 3rd down and 8 for the Wolverines. Looking to get the first down and continue moving the ball for the offense. Pindell's got a guy. McGowan on the reception, and he's able to get it across the chains for a first down. So a big play by the sophomore Teddy McGowan. He's going to get the first down. And
9 on the play. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. And the gain is
Wolverines will
good.
start up as soon as the chains are
Wolverines.
set. Nice connection there. Pindell moving his feet. Avoids the sack. Takes a hit, but a smart play, able to just get rid of the ball. That stops the clock. Also doesn't get sacked, so there's no, it's not a loss there on the play. So a very smart play, just getting rid of that ball.
He made a couple guys. He dodged a couple guys there on
Looked
that
like the
throw.
power forward basketball player that we saw last year.
Yeah.
Taking it to the hoop. He had a couple big plays in that Norwood overtime
Westwood
winner.
Den, get
He
those
did.
tickets out. Nobody claimed it. We're going to draw another
So
one
2
after
minutes
this play.
on the dot
You
now.
ready, Westwood?
2nd and 10, the Wolverines. 3 receivers down low, 1 receiver up top, and then Sendrick off to the left. Pindell looking for the back end zone, some contact.
And that's a pass
Yep, and we're
interference.
going to get
Pindell's pass
a
incomplete, and a
flag
on the play.
for pass interference, which is going to be a 15-yard penalty. There's no spot
Intended
foul
for Keelan
for
McDonald.
the high school, so that ball is going to be placed right around the 50-yard line, maybe just inside.
Westwood Den, attention Westwood.
Sometimes it gets overruled,
5,
though. If it's
9,
incidental
1,
on the contact,
5, 6.
I've ran into
5,
players
9,
while
1, 0,
my head is
5,
looking,
6 is
for
the
a
winning
ball,
ticket
and
to
no
participate in the
flag.
field goal kicking
I think the problem with that call there, though, is that Keelan McDonald went down to the ground completely.
Yeah.
And it completely
He-
stopped the route.
He had an edge too.
Yeah.
He had a step.
He was behind, in front of, rather, excuse me, the defender there. So the problem with that, I could see incidental because I don't think Medway meant to fall there.
No, but he certainly could have made a big play there.
Yep.
Pindell on the shotgun. He throws it. He's got a guy. McDonald on the reception, and he takes the angle to the end zone. Keelan McDonald.
There's
There
a
is
penalty
flag.
flag on the
Oh
play.
no!
And it's back on Westwood side.
it's
I
going to
think
be
this is coming
holding.
back.
The touchdown will be wiped off the board. The signal is a penalty against the Wolverines.
What a-
I had to watch myself there. I was going to say a curse word.
I feel you,
Keeping the
Morgan.
streak alive of not doing it on the call.
An unfortunate penalty for Westwood. It's
Yeah.
holding, and it looks like it's
Yeah.
going to come back. And
Oh, beautiful play. And it was a beautiful thrown ball. Keelan did have to come back a little bit forward
It
just
is
to
holding
adjust.
against the Wolverines.
Such a high IQ on Keelan, though.
It'll be a 10-yard
Makes the
penalty.
catch and the angle. So you can really tell a lot by the player when they make that
First
catch,
down and
knowing the
20.
angles you got to take to get it to the end zone.
Wolverines from
Right.
their
He went
own
right to the
39-yard
left
line.
where he knew where the guys were to take it where it's going to be more difficult to catch him. So the penalty not only negates the touchdown, but it adds 10 yards. It's going to make it a first down and 20 for Westwood. But they got plenty of time. 1:43. Why not just do the same play?
I like that call, honestly.
Pindell with the snap. He's going to work it towards the sideline. Gets rid of it.
Ty Pindell, incomplete. It is second down and 20.
Gonna bring up
from their
second
own
down and
39-yard
20.
line.
And if you can get it
And at
to
halftime, we will have a
the
field goal
sticks.
kicking competition.
certainly 4-down territory,
Second-
especially
Oh, yeah.
with the time on the clock, the positioning
Relay
too.
race
But
of
you
the
got to
year,
get
but
it.
is
You
not
got to
a
get at
relay
least
race,
10
it's
here.
a wheelbarrow race this time.
Yeah, you have to.
Details coming.
I see him going to the air and
Coming
sticking to the
minutes
air right
ahead.
now in this situation.
Second and 20.
It could surprise us, but I do see Westwood trying to throw here and maybe see if they got
Blitzing
something
off
on
the
defense.
edge, and there we go. Perfectly timed screen pass. We do have a flag though.
That could be on.
Pindell's
I don't know if
pass
it was a
complete
hold,
to
but
Brendan
I didn't
Sendrick
see
for
if,
Going to be a hold
play.
on Westwood again.
Oh,
Head coach Brad Pindell not happy about it.
Holding against the Wolverines.
I don't think you can hold someone with that quick of a release. When someone releases the ball that quick, it's always, you got to see something very egregious to call a hold.
And Morgan, I didn't really see it, but my initial thought was roughing the passer. I didn't see if Ty Pindell got hit there, but
well, that's what you think when it's that. You don't think hold because of how quick that ball was.
Right.
He got rid of it.
So it's gonna.
The only thing I can think of is if like a tight end is got to run a pass, but he's also got to run a chip on a like a blitzing linebacker. That's the only thing I can think of is, he had to do something quick before he went out for his route. So a screen pass to Beauregard, and he's gonna be tackled for a loss.
Pindell complete to number 1, Adam Beauregard.
Oh, in this situation,
it's gonna force a punt.
Yeah, you got to
for the
punt.
Wolverines.
But now if you're Westwood,
Timeout.
your defense has to, step up here and make sure you don't give anything up going into the half. So,
official home game and
excuse me,
player of
but
the game sponsor is
an unfortunate end to the drive.
Well, they're
going to
get the ball back at the half. So
They are.
The key is move that ball, get a good punt here. Get that inside the 30 would be a really good punt. And force Medway to just kind of a couple runs, that's it. Go into the half, you're up 1 point, you get the ball, and then take full advantage of having that ball at the second half. You gotta move that down the field, you gotta score a touchdown, and that's where you really are able to feel like you made that right decision at the beginning of the game.
Including in Denham Square and the
They weren't able to get the stop on the initial kickoff on that series, but you're able to get the answer. But if you can, when you get that ball back in the second half and get pay dirt, that is a decision that will pay off for them.
It is 4th down and 20 for the Wolverines.
The Wolverine punter, Ben Murphy.
Saw a good kick from him the other game, too.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was kicking it pretty good the other day.
Kicked it 60 yards.
Great snap by O'Malley. And that ball's going to land at the 30, and there we go, inside the 30, and then now inside the 20. So a great kick there.
Is down to the 17-yard line.
It's about a 60-yard punt. And that's exactly where, at that point, Medway, I think they just take a couple runs and go into the half.
110 on the board.
Unless they got a guy who can kick
if they're
some
feeling
pretty good field goals.
If they're feeling aggressive, I could see them trying to take a couple shots here.
Looking forward to halftime.
You factor in turnovers.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is turn the ball over inside the 50, and then Westwood's got a minute to go the other way.
Yeah, I could see I don't really know the Medway coach. I could see him going either way. Me personally, I'd probably say just run it out. It's a close game. It's going to be a close game. I don't want to run that risk of the turnover. But if you trust your guy, be aggressive, and it looks like we're going to do it.
Going to throw. Nope. The keeper actually does throw. And a nice play there made by number 3, who's been a great receiver so far for Medway, Jacob White. But surprised he's throwing there. I mean, if anything, I thought he would try and get a couple runs in. The throws, you throw an interception there. That throw too. You throw an interception there, Westwood could have the ball and the 30 going the other way.
It is a dangerous, it's a risk. I mean, it's a calculated risk for Medway. Maybe they're seeing what they got. Like you said, yes, they're in a danger. They were in a dangerous spot. They're in a little bit better of a spot. Still dangerous, but where if you do throw a pick, you're running that risk. If I am the quarterback and I don't see anything I like, I'd be more inclined to throw it away than force something too. I do think he kind of forced that throw a little bit. Got lucky with it, but pocket was collapsing. You saw him stepping up. He had to find something. He found a guy and made it work. But the last thing you want to be doing in this situation is forcing something where it could be a risk, it could be a turnover, especially when you're on that side of the field. But once again, if you're Medway and you trust your guy, I like the aggression. If I was in the same situation, I was Coach Pindell, I trust my guys, so I'd do the same too.
Keeney looking to throw again. Quick throw on the near sideline. Catch and then tackled.
Morgan, that wasn't
his connection to Grant Hetzel. And that is going to be short of the Oh no, they're going to say it is good for a first down.
With help on the
But the
tackle.
clock is running.
First
Not
and
sure how
10,
many
Medway
timeouts
from
they
their
have,
own
and they're going to
40.
stop it. So I mean,
There's no
yeah,
play.
I mean they're really just going to try and take a couple shots.
I like this play. We've seen.
And that was number 12 on
Yeah,
the
on the spike.
So
Well,
he
I-
must have a better arm than Keeney.
Well, no, now I see. I don't see Keeney out there.
I see
Keeney's
Keeney
on
on
the
the
sidelines.
sideline.
Yeah.
This kid, 12. We saw him. You mentioned it too, Evan. He's got a good arm. Troy Pinkham.
They're going to be taking shots here. I was watching some of his throws in the warm-ups. He was at the 40, and he was throwing to the corner of the end zone, and they were dimes. I mean, they were perfectly placed throws. This kid has a big arm. I would expect Westwood to start playing back here. You're going to see, and you see a couple of safeties high. Beauregard's playing high as well, and
Yep,
you're going to
there
see
he
a
goes.
shot here.
And it's a throw up the middle, and
Ooh,
that is
and that was
incomplete.
risky. You had a couple Westwood defenders
Yeah,
there. We talk
Beauregard
about
was right there. That's why I'm telling you where it's
Intended for
it's
Dylan
risk
Costa,
reward when you do
broken up
this.
by Adam Beauregard.
But yeah, the Pinkman, a sophomore for Medway. So it is going to be
And at quarterback for Medway is number 12, Troy Pinkham.
third down.
It is
and
third down
10.
and 10.
36
Medway
seconds are left
40.
on the clock, so,
Morgan, I think the shot's here. I think they're going to take their long ball here.
well, you have to, because if you don't, you get fourth down.
But I think they're not. I don't think they're going for that first down long gain.
No.
I think they're going to shoot for the end zone here. I see this is. You see a lot of teams on third down. They're expecting them to go for the first, and they're going to try to catch Westwood off guard here as you see him drop back to pass.
And there we go. Pinkham throwing it
And-
deep. And that is over the head of everyone.
Troy
He's going to be
Pinkham's
incomplete.
pass is
They're on
incomplete.
fourth down and 10, which is going to bring on the punt team.
And
See if Westwood can get a return here.
Hey.
You got nothing to lose here. If you can get a return,
you know,
get
football.
it across.
down and
If you can
10.
get it to the 50 or across the 50, you can throw it into the end zone.
Hey, football's a three-phase sport. There's offense, there's defense, and there's special teams. And
You got McDonald back there, who's probably more so just the guy that he's got good handle.
Jacob
He's
I'd like
not
to
gonna-
see-
he's not going to fumble it.
formation.
I'd like to see some shades of Mario
Dylan
Vinci and get a
McDonald
block
back
punt
to
here.
the
Yeah, that's a
Wolverines.
very good point. And they snapped that off before anyone was even expecting it. And that ball is going to work its way into Westwood territory onto the 25,
The
26
punt is
with
down
20
to the
seconds.
25-yard line of the Wolverines.
Took a nice Westwood bounce too.
First and
Yeah.
10.
Went up a little bit.
Little backspin.
I'd like
It
to
was a
see.
sand wedge.
Yeah, I'd like to see the aggression. I'd love to see a couple shots, But at the same time, if you trust your guys and you want to see what you get, I'd take those shots. If I personally, I would make that call.
Yep.
Take a couple shots. Ty Pindell has a big arm. We've
Yeah.
seen that time and time again. But I do see here, especially now, the other side of
You have the,
let's just
you have
run
the
this.
timeouts. Like I said, risk reward.
Yeah,
If you can get a good throw that gets you to the 40, and maybe you bring Bertone out there to try and kick a bomb.
that's true.
But I think if you do get to the 50, they're going to try and throw it for the end zone.
First and
uh,
10 Wolverines.
But you got to catch timeout,
Yep.
so it's got to be, there we go. Kendall working for some space.
Oh, and he gets
he's able
away.
to stay on his feet. Clock at 10. He's got a guy, McDonald, and he makes the
Oh
catch.
my word!
The near side official saying incomplete.
Pass is caught by
Let's
Dylan
see if he's
McDonald.
overturned because it looked pretty good from here.
He had that.
It looked pretty darn good from here. The other official is
He had
walking
that-
over to him to talk to him.
Morgan,
and
he
he's
had that
saying,
one-handed.
And he's saying incomplete. It looked pretty good. I mean, you don't get up to celebrate if it's not complete.
I'll stop the recording and show it to
Yeah,
him.
I'll bring it down. Like, what was that Lakers player that did it? And you got
It is ruled
teed up.
incomplete.
I
Second
don't
and 10.
remember, but
It was some player, NBA, and he went up to the referee with like one of the photographers' like expensive cameras
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah,
show
yeah.
like that there was contact on the hand, and immediately ref tees him up.
yeah, you can't do that in the NBA. But and we don't have the instant replay technology here. But I had a good angle on that, even
That
from
looked-
where I
yeah.
was, and I guess I didn't see him land. I didn't see him land, but he had his hand on it.
Yeah.
He caught
And
that.
it looked like his hand was under it too.
And what a catch! He
Yeah,
he
tough
jumped
play was-
over the
yeah.
defender's back, caught it.
He had the step and had to come back. And they're going to just let the clock run to
Yep.
Takes timeout.
go into
It's
timeout
timeout
call. So
here.
they're not done. They're gonna give it a shot.
Hey, take one more
not?
shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Westwood
Hail Mary.
Football is proud to have generous support from a number of community businesses.
What a catch, though. I'm going to give it to him. I know it's not official. I know it's not on the record, but
Yep.
I'm going to give it to him. That was a catch, and that was what a catch. And even if it's not, okay, maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I am wrong.
Yeah.
The thing that it tells me, though, is Keelan McDonald is for real.
He's a competitor.
This is a kid who can go up and catch it like Odell Beckham. I haven't seen a catch like that in a long time.
He's a football player.
And not only can he catch like that, you see him coming off the edge on
Evan,
defense and
this guy
disrupting
had
plays.
I was gonna say this guy had a 12-yard loss on a sack, and a crucial sack when it was 3rd down and like 5 to force a punt.
He's someone that you're going to have to watch.
Special
Like
player.
Westwood's going to take
He's only a
here.
junior too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Development, family-owned, community
They're
pride.
gonna kneel it. They're gonna take it into halftime. They'll get the ball to kick it off. So after a half here, Wolverines up a .76 on the Medway Mustangs. We'll take a quick break. Stick around, folks, and we'll be right back for the second half. You're watching Westwood Football on Westwood Media Center.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Well, welcome back, folks. Pretty entertaining first half when there was only a touchdown for each team. Some great defense. I mean, defense is always exciting when you're getting some big plays on 3rd downs, 4th downs, and getting some key stops, which the Wolverines did, and so did Medway. But it's going to make for an exciting second half, that's for sure. As we said before the game, Evan, this is a must-win game.
Joseph Farrell has won the 50-50
Must-win game for the Wolverines, where they're at the 22 spot right now for, excuse me, 21 spot for Division 4. They want to get into the top 16.
I've seen some
Ideally,
stuff.
you want to get
Thank you, everybody.
in the
Westwood
top 8,
cheerleaders,
get a home
thank you very
game.
much for your support.
But hey, just get into the playoffs. That's all you want to worry about, where anything can happen from there. But you got to win.
Yeah, Morgan, I was wrong about my prediction. I thought that this was going to be a shootout, and I think this is going to actually be a defensive battle. And the big keys.
Still a second half, though. Second half could be a total shootout.
It could be. I could be. And maybe I'm going to give it the old announcer jinx here by saying that. Maybe I'm trying to make, it's easier for me editing-wise, actually, if it is a defensive battle. But, the thing, too, is, like, the opportunities, I think, is the big thing we talk about. Westwood had a couple of good opportunities, and just mistakes ended up costing those opportunities, especially that last drive there. The second to last drive, where they, at one point had a 1st and 10, had a shot down the field to Keelan McDonald. A hold negates it, a back-to-back hold.
Yeah.
Just killed the momentum
Critical,
you had,
yeah.
and it was a critical time there because this is going to be a game that
Ladies
could
and
come down to the
gentlemen,
wire. It's
Westwood
right now. It's
football
anyone's
is
game.
proud to have generous
So,
support from a number of
for
community
Westwood,
businesses
not
who
leaving
partner
any
with
points
the
on the
team
board is going to be big this second
financially
half.
and
Capitalizing on
make
those
the season a
opportunities. Now, the
success.
benefit
We
is
would
that
like to
strategically
especially highlight
you're getting the
now
ball
the rest
back
of
here.
our
But I'd like to see
sponsors.
Westwood come out hot, come out with some firepower, and I like the throws. Here's the thing. Ty Pindell threw a couple of great balls that second half, especially that long shot to Keelan McDonald. I think you got to continue to work on that Ty to Keelan, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just blank, but you get what I mean. You want to keep, Ty and Keelan have proven to be electric time and time again. I go back to the very first game against West Bridgewater. Ty set a record for throwing, and this top receiver was Keelan McDonald. So, the thing if you're Westwood is continue to work on just, work on that passing game, work Keelan McDonald more in. But I'd also like to see him throw some other guys. We haven't seen any targets, I believe, to Teddy McGowan. Maybe one or two, but to Teddy
One
McGowan.
catch to McGowan for a first down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to spread the ball a little bit.
That's something that I think Westwood's passing game has sort of, they're sticking with primarily tonight. It's Murphy O'Malley and it's Keelan McDonald, and they're doing that because of size. They definitely have the size on their matchups. But I'd like to see him spread the wealth.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting second half here for the Wolverines and
They're
the
going to get the
Mustangs.
ball, and it looks like Narut and Beauregard going to be the back receivers on the back end.
That's
Like
the
throw also back there. Looks like Ryan Petrus.
Another thing I'd like to see is a little special teams action. I'd love to see like turnovers or something special teams related. Can you set your guys up in good field position? So, we've seen that they can do it. We saw it on the opening kickoff for Westwood, their first one after Medway's touchdown. So, see what you got here. Should be a great second half of football.
Absolutely.
Logan Keeney in the kickoff.
Medway going to kick off, and Keeney going to be the guy doing it. He's had his hand on the ball more times than not tonight. He's a quarterback, very talented quarterback. Ball fumbled and picked up by Beauregard. He gets it to the 20. Westwood's going to take it from there. The offense comes onto the field.
20-yard line. First and 10 Wolverines.
Got to give shout out to the Wolverine offensive line. I haven't given them enough love this year.
Absolutely.
Some big guys, tough guys. Pete Mills. You got Gianni Martucci, two guys I think will be captains next year. You got Maddox Rodriguez, Michael Zafaropoulos, also Jack Corrigan. Those two guys have been calling their names on the defensive side all night. Just been dominant at the linebacker position. Wolverine's going to start with the ball on the 20. Hand off to Senjik. He makes a couple nice moves. Gets a gain of about 6. So nice initial run here for the Wolverines to get their offense going. Going to bring up second down.
Brendan Senjik, the ball carrier.
And 4.
Tackled by Cole Pierce.
On the scoreboard saying second down and 3, so we'll give them 7 on the run. Nice hard run there by Senjik. But that's something I'd like to see, Evan, is the running game, continuance of that, but a nice 20-yard, 30-yard gain.
Yeah, it's something we kind of missed from this Westwood offense. We don't see a lot of big gains, but we do see, 10, 11, 15-yard plays, but I like to see a 20 or 30-yard.
That's going to move the sticks. First down for the Wolverines. Narwood going to come in. And the key there on Senjik, he makes a couple nice moves right in the middle of the field on the linebackers to get an extra couple yards after contact.
Senjik's got a good first move. He can juke a guy, he can spin a guy, and that's big for him because he's a speedster. If he can get open, the line collapses quickly sometimes for him as Narut takes it here. But to get that, to be able to have that ability the agility to make a defender miss early can result in about an extra 3 or 4 yards for you on any given run. So, that first move's important.
And this is why those throws to O'Malley have been wide open. Is the linebackers are the key there. The linebackers bite on that run. They get downhill, and then there's that nice opening right there, the 7-8 yard, off the line of scrimmage where he's finding O'Malley on those passes. So see if they look to that. It's going to be handed off to Kamala Ratanapaboon. Looks like for a gain of 1 or 2.
Be interesting to see what the Wolverines do here. It's going to be 3rd and 4. So they go right, no huddle here, and I can see play action pass here.
Yep.
Catch the defense off. They've run all drive, so
3rd down for the Wolverines. Pindell finds O'Malley for a gain of 7 and a first down.
And that's exactly what you need if you're Westwood. Get O'Malley back into the offense. We haven't seen him make a couple. It's been a couple drives since we see his last reception, but
keep moving the ball like that. Those are the smart
Yeah.
plays. You don't need to do the 10-yard, the 15 or 20 on the the crucial 3rd downs. That's a nice one right there. The micro plays and a nice cut back there by Narwoot, able to get 3, add another 2, to get 5.
a big thing for Westwood too is the yak yards after carry, and Narwoot's really good at that yards after contact. Excuse me. But Narwoot's really good at that. He can take a hit. He can take 2 hits and continue to get and keep his legs pumping and get 1 or 2 more yards, and that's key for Westwood, especially when they're trying to, it could be a 2 or 3 yard gain. Instead, you have a 5-yard gain.
Offensive line, terrific, getting some lanes open for the running backs. And we got a pass play here. Pindell looking on the near sideline. He's got a guy, McGowan, catches it, looking for extra yards. And he is pushed out of bounds right around the 40. And that is going to be good for a Westwood first down. Teddy McGowan.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
That's what I like to see, getting Teddy McGowan involved in this offense. Now you have 3 targets for this Medway defense that they have to cover. McGowan, McDonald, and O'Malley. A lot of M's there, the 3 M's, but
Yes.
if you're Westwood, keep that passing game going. It's starting to work for you.
McGowan, he's 2nd-generation Wolverine. Mom and dad, graduates of Westwood High in the late 80s. We got a play-action boot pass on the far side. Looks like a flag thrown on the field, but caught by McDonald, who's able to get a very good gain. But I think it's going to be a infraction on Westwood.
Not sure. Do you see where the flag was
The
thrown?
flag was thrown by the official on the far sideline, but he was in the middle of the field.
Far side. Not sure. I could see holding here,
Might have
and
been
it looks like
a lineman downfield.
Yep.
Illegal lineman downfield, which
That is
you
a
do
risky
will,
run.
You will see it when you run the play actions. Is you got to sell it,
Yep.
but you can't get down. You can't get downfield.
Nope.
You can only, I don't think you can get to the 2nd level. I think you got to stay at that 1st level.
Yeah, you can't go. They're gonna. Didn't have a great view of it, but I did see a couple of the linemen up front moving up. But yeah, that is a risky run and play action when you're trying to sell the run. Same with the read option. It's a risk that Medway, I'm surprised, hasn't been called for yet. That is a thing you kind of run the risk of.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to sell the run there,
The read
You're
option,
moving up.
easy to be offsides, but also
Yeah.
for, just the different infractions where you got to be on the line and whatnot and set up. Pindell finds McDonald on a nice gain, and he's adding to it. Oh, and Martucci helps out for another 5 yards, pushing McDonald forward.
there's a name
That's
we
close
called.
to the 1st down mark.
He got it, Morgan. He actually
Gianni
got the rush.
Martucci, what a effort by the junior center. That is going to be a highlight play right there, the
Yeah.
Martucci push. Senjik downhill.
Senjik, the ball carrier.
Give him 4 on that, I think.
Gianni Martucci, he came out of nowhere to just get some contact
Tackled at the 26-yard line.
on his guy, Keelan, to get him across the 1st down.
Give some credit to Keelan there, too.
Yeah.
Keelan actually made one
He
guy
wasn't
miss,
quitting.
shedded one tackle.
No,
and
he
was
wasn't
pumping
gonna
his
go
legs,
down.
But Martucci came in with that push, a critical push to get a 1st down there. And also, really great way to bounce back from that penalty. You were 1st and 15. No worries for the Westwood offense.
2nd down and 7. Wolverines looking pass here. Pindell, he's got an open receiver. Caught! And just short on the one is Keelan McDonald.
He is right on the line.
He made that cut back and just lost his footing there.
Yeah.
He had eyes for the end zone, but we'll take that. Big gain right to the 1 yard line. Wolverines going to have a good opportunity here to try and get it across the line.
This might be right on the line, Morgan.
Now, are we
Yeah.
going to see some old school fullback action?
I'm a big proponent of the fullback, Morgan. I think we need to bring fullbacks back. I like what the Patriots are doing with Jack Westover, but we need those Mike Allstott types. I think you're going to see.
We got
Pindell run it.
no running backs here, so
QB run. I think that's what I'm calling it.
yeah, you got O'Malley as a fullback. Pindell going to take it in for a touchdown.
The keeper into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. One-yard touchdown run. For
That was a
Pindell.
well-designed play. I had O'Malley in motion, who ended up turning it into the fullback. He created that path, and it was a big opening there for Pindell to just take it right in the end zone. And you got to love the touchdowns on that side of the field, Evan, when you got all those future Westwood football players and fans there to celebrate with the current Westwood athletes and football players.
If you're one of those younger kids in that end zone, how cool is it for you to see the touchdown to solidify your lead, make this now a possession game for Medway?
Yep.
See your hero Ty Pindell go in there and celebrate.
We got a false start on Westwood, which is going to bring the ball back 5 yards. Is going to make the extra point attempt.
It will be a 5-yard walk-off and a retry.
Is going to be right around a 26-yard field goal. So a 26-yard kick for the point after attempt by Bertone. Snap is good. The kick is good.
Morgan, that was good from probably 40.
Yeah, we saw him kicking before the game, and he kicked a few.
Westwood 14.
That was good from 40 and
Medway
would have been good
6.
from 50 with the distance he had on it. But that's a big kick there, because now that forces, if Medway were able to score, they got to go for two to tie.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's the big, Westwood, we talk about special teams and how we want to see those special teams play. It was the very first touchdown Medway got. They blocked the field goal. They blocked the PAT. And now we're seeing, now that it's a two-score game, if they don't get that PAT, it's still a two-score game. So that's such a key play for Westwood. Special teams is such a big part. And when you have a kicker like Bertone, who's pretty automatic from there, that's what you're looking for. I see Jay Risha's got the tunes going. Getting a little pumped up. It threw me off. I was like, what is that?
I didn't know if it was coming from the fan section, but I love it. Little touchdown music.
Hopefully,
I think we got a new
Jay, can we put in
game
requests?
day operation. Love it. So Wolverine's going to kick off. Bertone going to do the honor.
A little Def Leppard going from.
And Bertone with a little chip shot. And that is caught and out of bounds by number 8, Grant Hetzel.
Bertone's kickoff is fielded by number 8.
Medway going to have
Grant
the ball
Hetzel,
on the
out of bounds
35,
at the Medway
or the
34-yard
36.
line.
34, excuse me.
Morgan, perhaps my memory should be better than this. That was the Westwood's first drive, right? Opening drive of the second half?
You know what?
I don't remember.
I think it was. Yes, it was.
I'm pretty
'cause
sure
they
it
had
was.
to convert on a third down.
We get really focused, folks, when we're in
yes.
this game, so
Yes,
we
it
lose
was.
track of those things. But I just want to point out that was Westwood's first. That was the
Yes.
opening drive. Ran off half the quarter.
Yep. Well, running the ball will do that. Fake on a jet sweep and then hand off to the running back, who runs a power downhill. That was a big run there by number 5, Christian Cautilli, for about 8 yards.
Cautilli, the
Well, that's
ball
the big thing
carrier.
too about running the ball. Is I remember there was this one game. It was probably like 15
Gain
or
of 8
16.
on the play. It is
But
second
it was a
and 2.
Patriots game. They were playing Pittsburgh. They're playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh, and they had the ball. They got the opening
42-yard
kickoff.
line.
Pittsburgh had deferred, so the Patriots got the ball, and they just ran the clock. They ran the ball down the field. It was an 11-minute drive to open the game, and they gave Pittsburgh back the ball with 4 minutes left. But as the game later progressed, that was key for the Patriots to win. So I like Westwood. Play the game at your pace, control the game. And when you do that, and for Westwood, you can control the game.
Pinkham throws it up top, connected with Jacob White. Gets a gain of about 6, and he's going to get the first down from Medway. So, Evan, that was Pinkham back in there throwing, which is surprising because we were talking about Logan Keeney, who was a Globe Player of the Week last week at quarterback, and now we have the sophomore in right now, and I'd have to think it's because of injury.
Yeah, well, we mentioned, too, there was a couple plays where we mentioned he was a bit slow to get up.
Yeah.
Got off the field, tough kid, and you can see that there because he played a few more drives after that hit, the one that I'm thinking of. So,
he did,
hoping that he is healthy. This could be precaution for Medway. Yeah. Hey, if you trust we talked about what we saw in the earlier thing. Pinkham's a good quarterback. He can sling it. So if you want to, maybe give your guy reps and let your starter rest because you're looking for, maybe a deeper playoff run, if that's what you're thinking as your Medway's coach, I like it, Get your guys some starts. If you think you have a quarterback who can, play the level that Keeney plays at. So
gain of 6 there on first down. It was a nice hard run again by Christian Cautilli.
2nd and 3.
And second down and 3.
42-yard line.
Which brings a whole different dynamic. Pinkham's not a guy who's moving as well as Keeney.
No, Keeney's a bit of a dual threat quarterback, and that's kind of what you could tell. He could run it.
Pinkham doesn't. Cautilli. Cautilli, nowhere to go, and then tackled. He was able to get a couple yards, which is going to get the first down when he was able to get outside.
Pinkham strikes me as more of a pocket passer, sort of a truer, he wears the 12, sort of that Tom Brady type. He's not necessarily, could run it, not necessarily going to most of the time, going to step up in the pocket, try to make something happen, but you're not going to see him much with his feet, whereas with Keeney, he could run it himself, and you could tell he had the speed. So you're going to see a little bit of different style of offense I hear out of Medway. Maybe it's an adjustment. Maybe they do. We don't follow this team much, and unlike Malden Catholic, we didn't do any film study, at least I didn't. They could have 2 quarterbacks where, maybe in different situations you throw a guy in, Maybe if the read option isn't working for you and you think you see something with the Westwood defense.
That's a big gain, again, by Cautilli.
Right now the run offense is working for Medway, so, they're getting big gains here, and if you're Westwood, you gotta slow down this run.
That's a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1 for Medway. And Westwood looking to slow down the pace here. Medway started right around their 34-yard line.
Medway at the Westwood
now they have it
27-yard line.
on Westwood's 27. Hand off to Cautilli again. He is not tired. He's got space for the end zone, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
Well, now the question is, Morgan, you go for 1 or 2 here?
You got to go for 2.
Yeah, I agree with that call.
You got to go for 2 here, and they are.
Yep. And where you're running right now, where you're running the ball like you are, I expect to see a run here.
I'd imagine it's going to go to the guy who just put it in the end zone, Cautilli.
He doesn't, he has the stamina, it seems. He can run all over the field. I think he ran the majority. I don't think they even threw the ball once that drive. So.
No. Well, they threw it once to.
They did.
I believe Jacob White.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but Cautilli's lining up next to Pinkham here. So
keep an eye on him. Maybe a little dump pass. Yep. They're gonna look pass, a little slant pass, and then knocked down by McDonald. No good on the conversion, and the Wolverines keep the 2-point lead.
Big for Westwood. It keeps this still a 1-possession game. You got to get something if you're Medway. Excuse me, I almost said Medford. But if you're Medway, you got to get another drive. If you're Westwood, this is one of the biggest drives of the game so far. You got to control the game here, go down and score. If you put this game up another touchdown, you're putting this out of reach. You could be potentially putting this out of reach for Medway because now 1 or 2 point conversion isn't going to do it. So big drive coming up for Westwood here as we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
This has got the...
Jay Reese is trying to pump up the crowd a bit with little dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, I'm fired up right now. Anytime I hear this, it makes me think of Bruins playoff hockey. When they get the garden roaring.
Excited for another season of hockey this year.
Oh, yeah.
I know the preseason game's been starting up.
So Wolverines going to get the ball back in their hands. And you know what? They don't have Keeney out there to kick. So who's going to be kicking? It looks like 76.
No, it's Keeney. I see four
you
out
see
there.
4 out there?
Yeah, he's
so
lined
maybe
up.
they're avoiding him from contact.
That could be.
That's a boot. And he kicks it all the way down to the 5. Another drop ball by the Wolverines, picked right back up. And that's something that's hurt them. They've had numerous kick returns where they have dropped the ball, which is 2 seconds to pick it up and then try and figure out where they're going, and not much of a return because of it.
Yeah.
Something they're going to have to figure out.
And one thing I haven't paid attention to, not sure if this is the case, and I think he's a righty, but if he's a lefty, we talked about it. We've talked about it in past with the Patriots. Having a lefty kicker or punter is hard to catch.
Yeah.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but was Malden Catholics one of their kickers was a lefty?
They was. I don't know if he was a starter, but they had a righty and a lefty kicker before the game who were both kicking 40-yarders like it was, like it was a chip shot.
Yeah, you're not used. Majority of players are not used to catching from a lefty punter or kicker. So, I'll have to pay attention to that if they kick again. But, that's a key.
Adele looking for McDonald on the near side. The ball gets knocked up, but intercepted. There is a flag, however, and I think this is going to be an infraction on Medway.
I think you're going to see it pass. Yeah, there was a lot of contact.
Where he tried to go up and get it, and there was a lot of contact, which should be a Westwood ball right around, call it the 35.
I think that's what Pindell saw there in that throw too.
One-on-one coverage. He likes his guy in that matchup.
One-on-one coverage. If you see, there was a lot of contact. I think this is like this. I've noticed when Keelan McDonald's running his route, they are getting really physical with him downfield. So part of me wonders if Ty saw that he might get a pass interference, and decided to take that shot. You see a lot of QBs do that, especially if they know it's a free play because they have the pass interference. So, lucky break for Westwood there too, because it was an interception. Not really Pindell's fault. The ball got tipped up in the air, and you can't control that at that point.
Well, it went off the helmet of a guy who was making the
of course,
who was pass interfering. So
yeah, so
that doesn't happen if the guy's not interfering on the play.
A good call ultimately by the refs there, and Westwood gets a second chance at life here.
Hand off to Senjik. He gets a gain of about 4.
I got to tell you, we are due for a Brendan Senjik breakout run. We didn't see it last week, and every time he gets downfield, you see him going. He looks like he could do it. Every play you watch, he looks like he's one move away from breaking out a 70-yard run. So
Medway a little out of place. Westwood trying to take advantage of it. Senjik tries to go near side, and a great play by a Medfield defender, 32, with a tackle for loss. Dylan Costa on the tackle there.
No gain on the play.
Bring up a third down. They're going to say no gain. But he came from the middle to track him down. That was a very impressive athletic play. Not the greatest of angles to get there, but got there for no gain. 3rd down and 5. Big play here for the Wolverines. Pindell avoids a rusher. Looking downfield. Trying to move it himself, and he gets out of bounds with the first down. Beautiful run there by Pindell. Tightrope walk on the sideline, and able to then go out of bounds just after the sticks for the first down.
Looks a little bit like Drake May there with that run.
Yes.
You see,
Ty's a tall kid. Not easy to do. You got guys coming after you, trying to take your head off. You're able to avoid that and then find that lane to take it right to the sticks for the first down. He did, and Westwood got the first down now. A little bootleg pass going the other side. Caught by O'Malley. He's got 15 and a 20-yard gain by O'Malley.
35-yard line. Down to the Medway 32-yard line. The gain is enough for
hard-nosed run by O'Malley too. Once again, O'Malley, similar to Gronk, takes 2 guys to bring him down, and he's a hard-nosed runner. When you get him moving too, that's a hard guy to bring down.
So first down for the Wolverines on the 30-yard line. Hand off to Senjik. He's going in between the tackles and gets a great gain there, close to the first down.
Narut coming out for Senjik now, but he might have gotten that if not.
That was close. Hard to tell from our angles.
They're
You got to be on the line to see if it got
They're going to
closer
spot him a
past.
yard
There's
short.
a gain of 9 on the play. It is 2nd down and 1.
We got 30 seconds remaining here in the
The
third
Medway
quarter.
23-yard line.
If the Wolverines want to get a touchdown in front of their fans, they're going to have to do it within the next 21 seconds, and they're going to pass. And he's got McDonald streaking towards the pylon, and that is incomplete. Yeah, when I mentioned touchdown in front of the fans, we got the fans all in that back area on the south end zone just ready to go nuts on a touchdown.
You know, they have 14 seconds to score on their end zone pretty much here for the rest of the game, because otherwise the fans are going to have to migrate to the other end zone. But, you know, I like the shot. Once again, going back to Keelan McDonald, and they are all over Keelan McDonald in terms of coverage. They know he's a threat, that when he gets open and goes, you know, you could be.
Narwoot with a big gain and gets the first down.
The ball carrier for the Wolverines.
I think
that's going to bring the ball inside the red zone, and that is going to take us to the completion of the third quarter. No, a timeout call, I believe.
Another Wolverines.
Oh, okay.
I think they want to score in front of their guys over there. You know, I don't blame them. You get a touchdown, you get the guys fired up over in that end zone. That's double the momentum.
We're not sure who took the timeout here.
Timeout.
It's got to be Westwood. It's got to be Westwood because I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see.
It might be
Medway
a part of the post game discussion with coaches.
Yeah.
You know, were you looking to maximize the field position location with the packed end zone of Westwood Wolverine fans? So if I'm right here and Westwood called the timeout, I think we're going for a pass here.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think you're seeing
You don't call the timeout if you're not going to give it a shot.
Shots to the end zone.
Yeah.
Or, you know, hey, I think defense expects that. I highly doubt you're going to try to catch them off guard here, but you could. I see a pass, too. I think they're taking a shot to the end zone. Looking at the way they're set up. I'm trying to see. Coach Pindell's talking to the refs right now, but, you know, my money's on O'Malley or McDonald, just because they're the big bodies. They're the guys that are going to go up and get it. You can see Keelan McDonald has the ability to jump up and get it, and I think you're throwing a high one in the corner.
Keep an eye on McGowan.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of space over here to the right. You
see
throw a
him in
little
the corner
fade
of the
route.
end zone, yeah.
He's a kid who can go up and get it.
He could.
And he's got a shade. The cornerback is shading inside.
I like that call.
So the timeout, yeah, I guess they weren't going to. So that's going to be it for the third
that is
quarter.
The end of the third quarter. The score is Westwood
the
14.
Score at the end of 3,
Medway
Westwood
12.
14, Medway 12. We'll take a quick break, folks. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood boys football. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team. Built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante. authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
There we go. The tunes are on, and they are loud as we are back, folks. Wolverines have the ball on the 15.
You know, Morgan,
First down and 10.
I think instead of PA announcer Jay Risha, it's to be DJ Jay Risha.
He may have a new nickname. DJ J.
I like it.
Handoff to Narwoot, who's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by number 76. I don't have a number 76. Oh, I do. It's Justin Pollard. I was looking on Westwood's roster. So that was a tackle for loss. So about a 2-yard loss, going to bring up second down and 11. So you can call it a 1-yard loss. See what the Wolverines bounce back with here. Looking to pass. Pindell up at the top. He's looking for McGowan, incomplete.
Pindell intended for Teddy McGowan, incomplete.
Hey, Morgan, it's kind of funny. There's not a lot of 70s or 90s on the Westwood football team. I do notice. Couple 70s.
What
I see
I notice
78.
is I don't see a 45, which is very disappointing. One of the most cherished numbers in football history, if you're asking me and only me.
I don't see a 72, Morgan. And, you know, I'm a little partial to 72 as well.
Yeah, 72 is a good number.
That was my
Matt Light.
That was why I chose it.
Yeah.
That was my Pee Wee football number, and I always loved 72 because of Matt Light.
Matt Light.
Grew up watching him, and I did play left tackle, so I was like, well, you know, got to be like Matt Light.
Timeout Westwood on the play. So Westwood they saw something they didn't like, and they're gonna talk about it.
Did you wear anything other than 45, or was it always?
So funny story. So Pop Warner, I was 53.
Yep.
Then I got to the high school. I played golf freshman year, and then I said, why not? I'll go back out for football. So sophomore year, which was a very physical training camp because you're new. Everyone was trying to kind of pick on you, so I had to be a dog.
Yep.
And I end up going into the jerseys, and I said, oh, 23's there. I'll take 23. And then I had an upperclassman that said, oh, 23. You know what? I like that number better than the number I picked. So he handed me number 45, took 23, and I said, you know what? I'm going to embrace it.
Yeah.
Rudy was 45.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think we've heard this story before, but not on call. But I've heard this story, and I pointed out you got the Jordan numbers.
Yes.
Michael Jordan, 23 and 45 for the Chicago
Well, I never
Bulls.
officially wore 23. This was like maybe 5 minutes of having the jersey in my hand.
I'm going to count it.
The upperclassman said, hey, thanks, kid. That's mine. He was actually one class ahead of me, but he had played a year longer. I respected that.
Yeah, you gotta earn the numbers sometimes.
Critical third down for the Wolverines. Pindell avoids pass rush, throwing for the end zone. McGowan! Touchdown! The sophomore! His first career touchdown, Teddy McGowan in the back of the end zone to put the Wolverines up 20-12. What a throw, what a catch.
That was on a line.
Absolutely.
That was a perfect throw by Ty Pindell.
Clutch.
An even more perfect catch by Teddy Ballgame.
On a third down and 11, folks. Huge.
He got both feet in, too. We'll see that on the
Yes.
broadcast. He made sure to get both feet inbounds. You could see he looked down briefly, got both feet in. It was a toe tap for a touchdown. And what a and it's blocked.
The kick is no good. But the Wolverines still up 8 because of the successful point attempts they had before and the missed 2-point conversion by Medway. So Wolverines up 8, 20-12. Early here in the fourth quarter, but what a throw, what a catch on the connection between Pindell to McGowan. That is the biggest play of the game so far.
Might be the biggest play all year.
Yep.
I mean, what a catch in front of your home crowd.
What a stupid statement to say. That's the biggest play of the game so far. But they needed it, and they delivered. And that's why it's the biggest game.
But, you know, we talked
The biggest play of the game.
Not just game. The reason I say season 2 is because, you know, coming into this game, Westwood's 1-2. They're below 500. They're coming off a 2-game losing streak. And Westwood needs to start getting something to continue the season, continue building or something. And that play right there, I look back at the Bellingham game. Not a similar situation, but a similar situation for Westwood in that Bellingham game last year. You're tied 0-0. You need something to turn the season around, and Mario Vinci comes out and blocks the punt. And it's not even necessary that it changes the game, but it changes the tone of the season. It says, okay, hey, we're still in this fight no matter what. We're still in this. We're not out of this, and we are a good football team. We're going to continue to fight and build towards something. And that's why Westwood was back-to-back TVL champs. So, not only biggest play of the game right there, but that is a play that's going to be remembered for this season as Westwood continues to build here.
Absolutely. That pass was on a line on a 3rd and 11.
What a throw, too, by Ty Pindell. It was perfectly placed.
Trying to write down what do you think? It was a 30-yarder? 30-yard touchdown? I'm trying to get it.
20. I think he was just out of the red zone.
20 was the line of scrimmage, but he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think
officially
you're right,
20, but it was at the back of the end zone.
Right back to work on the run game, and Wolverines there at the line of scrimmage. Mike Zafiropoulos, Peter Mills.
Officially on the record, on the scorebooks, it'll probably go down as a 20-something yard pass, but, Ty Pindell's about 5 yards back from the line of scrimmage, and the end zone's 10 yards. Unless it's different in high school regulation, but I believe it's 10 yards. Might be a little less. I think probably true between 30, 35-yard pass.
Yeah.
So.
That is Teddy McGowan's first touchdown reception, first of many for the Westwood Wolverines.
What a catch by the sophomore,
and
too.
A family that has scored a lot of touchdowns. Pass the outside, complete. Tackled inside the chains. Nice play there by Beauregard. Make the tackle. Only a gain of about 7.
Corrigan got through the line there quick. He was getting there.
He was bringing the heat.
Pinkham got it out in time, but
3rd down and 2.
I like to see it when the Wolverines bring
Medway
the heat.
Trying
to send them on the outside, send them through the A gaps.
Yeah.
You got to force them to be perfect. That's where you typically will see deflected balls. You'll see intercepted plays. When you're forcing pressure and forcing another team to be perfect.
It's a big 3rd down here for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
They
got a couple different options. They got that stud running back and called Tilly, and they also got, and they're going to pass. They got a guy open on the far side, tackled by a Wolverine player. They see where they have forward progress. Forward progress is right on the line.
They might be spotting Medway short.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be just short.
Wow.
Less than a.
I saw his. Ooh.
Yeah,
They might get.
That's a generous.
Yeah.
Generous spot there, which is going to be a first down.
Complete to Curls.
I did think he had that.
Yeah.
I do think they actually spotted him short. I think he was at the 41. But
the guy on the far side, the official, on the far side had it short, but the head referee respotted.
Yeah.
So first down for Medway on the 45. Pinkham looking near side.
Almost got a hand
caught
on
by.
that.
What a play there by Jacob White, who caught it about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, turned into a gain of about 7. So it went from a -3 to a +7. They'll call it a +10 if you're going to add the 3 yards behind the scrimmage, line of scrimmage. But they had them. Those are the plays that the Wolverines got to maximize. You had a couple guys there that could make some tackles, and you can't miss tackles like that.
No. And Westwood's starting to get a little quicker to the quarterback there. Corrigan almost had a hand on that block. And they're going to continue. You're going to see a lot of more screens out of this offense. They could get a block quickly. They're getting out there fast. As you're going to see a handoff here.
Tilly and a big hit there at the line of scrimmage. Jack Corrigan for no gain. You could hear that hit from here. He got down low, and the lowest man always wins when it comes to the power.
Stop for the Wolverines. No gain.
Jack Corrigan turning himself into a heck of a player. Doing it on both sides.
It is 3rd down and 2. Medway from the Westwood 47-yard line.
Expect to see Medway go back to the.
Going to bring Peter Mills in, who's going to look to take up the hole, make sure that the Wolverines can keep the line of scrimmage there, and they're going to go toss the far left. They got some guys out there, and they get a gang tackle on there. Senjik with Corrigan.
McDonald was
And
in
also
there as
McDonald.
But Tilly, the ball carrier.
Big play to make it a 4th down.
Morgan again with help from McDonald on the tackle.
4-down territory.
Oh,
here
they
for
did
the
a great
Mustangs.
job getting to the outside on that
4th
toss.
down and 4.
They read that perfectly.
Medway at the
Yeah,
Westwood
read it perfectly. It was the right call by
49-yard
Medway,
line.
too. Medway needed to go to the outside. That's
Yeah.
where you're going to break that run and, catch them off guard, because you would expect the defense to think you're going up the center.
Medway going for it on 4th down now. 4th down and 4. 7 minutes remaining here in the game. This is a big play for Medway. They're throwing it, and they get a guy, and he's got it on the outside, looking to get some more. And that is Jacob White,
Complete
who's
to
been
Jacob White.
a thorn in Westwood's side all game.
One of the things that's kind of surprising me,
Tackled by Ryan Peters.
we've gone through this game, and truthfully, we have not seen a lot of downfield throws from Medway. That's been screen
First
passes,
and 10.
predominantly screen passes in the read option.
Medway at the Westwood.
I would expect you to
37-yard
start
line.
seeing him kind of maybe sling it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, this
And
is where you catch a defense sleeping when you
Yeah.
do these dink and dunk passes is what they're
Right.
called. Dink and dunks. The dink and dunks, where you keep moving it and then boom.
all game they've kept on the dink and dunks, and I can see him starting to go a little
Here we
deeper.
go. They're looking for a little deeper pass. Looking up the middle,
Oh.
and that is incomplete.
Pinkham's pass is incomplete.
And there are a couple Westwood defenders. I
Yeah,
think
Petrus is right there looking to dive for it, but too much
2nd down.
on that throw.
yeah, just
No one could get to it. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
7:01 left here in the 4th quarter for the Mustangs and the Wolverines, and expect to see. This is where the defense has done a pretty good job on this side of the field for themselves. They've really held strong, especially when they're in their own territory. So, be interesting what Westwood does here.
Pinkham.
Oh,
Ball picked, deflected and incomplete. Westwood had their hands on
Leroy
it.
Pinkham's pass is
Dangerous
incomplete.
Looks like Chase Warren had his hands on it.
3rd and
Ball
10.
deflected in the air and then hit the ground, incomplete.
You had 3 Westwood defenders
But
in that.
Pinkham
that
is looking
zone.
downfield. He's looking for some deeper passes here. It's gonna be 3rd down and 10. He's gonna have to throw one here. It's 4-down territory, so he doesn't need to go for the 10 yards on the pass. But
Yeah, I would
He's
expect
been
to see
looking.
a screen pass here, something underneath, maybe a play action, but a short one to make that 4th and manageable. 4th and 10 isn't nearly as manageable for them.
he is gonna pass. Looking
Oh,
on a
it's-
screen pass, tight end screen, well defended
Roy
by the
Pinkham.
Wolverines.
O'Malley got a
O'Shea
hand on
there
it.
and O'Malley. The old tight end screen,
It is 4th and 10.
no good.
Medway at the
Now
Westwood
4th down and 10.
37-yard line.
Medway doesn't have to go for it. I mean, 6 minutes 49 on the clock. 4th down and 10 is a difficult play to make.
But Morgan, it's a 2-possession game, and I say that knowing full well that a touchdown and a 2-pointer could tie this. But 0 for 2 today on PATs for Medway, so in their mind, I would imagine that they're expecting that they have to get a touchdown on this drive. Not necessarily. There's still plenty of time, like you said. But in their mind, I could see that being their strategies to go back to pass.
Oh, and they do a little pump fake, pump and go on the outside. Did he catch that?
He did.
One hand, but there's a flag regardless.
Might be.
It's going to be pass interference on Westwood, which is going to be a 1st down if it wasn't inbounds, but it looks like it's a completed pass.
Flag on the play.
That's going to bring it down
That's the throw.
at the 5-yard line.
That
What a
right-
one-handed catch by Jacob White.
That right there was the throw that I saw in warm-ups from Pinkham.
Back shoulder fade pass on the sideline. What a reception by Jacob White.
Flag is for pass interference against the Wolverines.
On a
The
beautiful
penalty is
pass by
declined as
Pinkham.
the result of the play is 1st and goal. Medway at the Westwood 5.
We talked about it. That was the shot that we didn't want, that Westwood had to be aware of, And now Medway's in dangerous scoring
1st
position
and goal.
here.
Pinkham looking on the near side on a screen pass, but well defended by the Wolverines.
Pinkham
Warren was
pass
there,
intended for White.
read it
Incomplete.
immediately, and he's been a
Defended
kid
by
who
Chase Warren.
I love seeing at the cornerback
2nd
position.
down.
Great coverage.
Yeah.
He is great over the top as well, but right there is a great example on a screen pass. He knew it very quickly to get ahead of that and make it difficult for the receiver to catch it. Usually receivers got enough space in the backfield to make the catch, and then they usually get hit. But he got there before the ball even hit the hands of the receiver to make it difficult. So a great read there by Warren. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Like to see a little.
You got an interesting set here. 2 fullbacks set off to the right, and they're going to send him out for a pass play. Tight end looking in the end zone. Did he make the catch? No, incomplete.
Incomplete.
And that's what I was saying earlier, Evan, is those plays are where you can get injured when you hit the turf. And we're going to take a break here. Injury timeout. We'll be right back.
Timeout, injury, timeout.
That's a concussion.
Yep. I was just going to say. When he landed, his head hit.
Yep.
You can bring it back.
Yep.
Oh, no, don't.
Yeah,
Don't.
he's wobbly.
Let him, when he gets closer off the field. I'll let you know when he's on a wall.
He's out of the frame.
Yeah.
You can tell his legs are jello.
Yeah. I'm on the defense. You can go whenever.
Welcome back, folks. Medway player able to walk off the field, which is great to see. He's getting a little jog, actually. And it is going to be a 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and goal on the 5.
Really?
Westwood successful so far on the first 2 attempts.
Really interesting to see they didn't go for the run here on those first 2 drives. Pass and a pass. I mean, hey, I like the strategy.
Been able to move it, to where it is on the pass, and they're going to look to pass again. Fade in the back end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown. Who but Jacob White? Those 2 are the ones that got the ball all the way down there and then connected there on the touchdown. They're going to need to go for 2 to tie this one up.
Pass play.
So this is a crucial 2-point attempt here by Medway. It's not the end of the game if they don't get it.
Well, will it be 3rd time's the charm for
Will
them?
either tie the game or Westwood will still be up 2. So Medway is going to take a timeout.
Coach got to think about it.
Yeah. Every team has a list, probably 10 to 15 plays of 2-point conversions or fourth down plays. And it's typically plays like, the Philly special.
Yeah.
It's typically plays like, read option, dump pass to the running back, where you got to make quick decisions and, the advantage goes to the offense when it comes to those matchups.
Right. And the thing, too, is that I would expect you to see the Medway go into the well here. You're going to see a play that they probably aren't calling usually even in a situation. I mean, you got to get it here, though, if you're Medway. It's...
You might see a reverse. You might see a jet sweep, toss, reverse.
Me, personally, I think it's in the air. I don't think they're running it here. I think that last red zone possession was very indicative of how they feel about when they're playing against the goal line defense.
Well, they got Jacob White.
Maybe a jet sweep.
No, so they have Jacob White. Yeah, so look at Jacob White set up as the 2nd guy up top. You might see an out route from him. And they're looking for him on a little rub route, but not going to be able to get there. Did he catch it?
He caught it.
You've got to be kidding me. It did not look like he had enough space to get to that ball. Wow.
Well, Morgan, we have a game on our hands.
Is that another one-handed catch, too?
That might have been. I didn't see that. I think he caught it. If he did catch it, he caught it directly in front of him, angled perfectly on the camera, so you're not going to see it. But
what a play.
We got a ball game.
Yeah, we do.
The lights are getting a little brighter here at Play Hive.
We got 617 on the scoreboard. It's a nice ode to Boston.
Yeah.
The area code.
Little 617. Maybe we get a little.
I cannot believe he caught that ball.
What a catch. I mean,
I can't believe he caught both of them, the touchdown and the 2-point.
I almost thought he was out. I didn't have a great angle on it, and the out-of-bounds lines on that side of the field, they're kind of thin. They're not thick like you see in the middle there, so it's really hard to see from our angle. DJJ Reisha with a little eye of the tiger. I like it. But this is where the lights are starting to get a little brighter. 6 minutes left in the game. Tied 20-20. Friday Night Football. What better?
Where else would you want to be?
For?
Where else would you want to be?
And right now, if I'm Westwood, all eyes are on number 5 Ty Pindell. You know, we've seen him sling it. We've seen him lead 2-minute drives. What can he make out of this? I expect to see a lot of throwing from him this drive.
This is what playoff aspirations are all about, is being able to answer, being able to move the ball when you need to, and being able to get the ball in the end zone to win some big games. So a playoff field of this one. Been back and forth between both teams. Medway able to tie it on a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Last week we got a prediction from Jay Reisher. Should I go back and see what he predicts?
Yes.
Any predictions, Jay? Yeah. No predictions.
No predictions from Jay.
He's
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go,
Wolverines.
folks. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. And the Wolverines going to look to move the ball downfield, starting just outside their 20. Handoff to Senjik, looking to cut it back, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Clock will run here. 2nd down and 10. Maybe give him a yard. I don't quite see, but
Looked like it might be
Brendan Senjik,
No
the ball
gain.
carrier.
no gain, yeah.
No gain on the play.
2nd down,
and 10, Wolverines.
10. They're going to have him set off to the left. 3 receivers up top. 1 down low. Looks like McGowan down low. Throw up top. Was looking for O'Malley.
High Pindel's pass.
Miscommunication
incomplete.
there, and that's going to be incomplete. Go up 3rd down,
3rd
and 10.
and 10.
Big 3rd down here.
Yeah.
See what the Wolverines draw up. So 3 receivers up top. You got Beauregard down low. Senjik off to the left. We haven't seen the screen. Pindell is getting chased down, working up the far sideline, gets rid of it, and defended by Medway. So Westwood going to be forced to punt
High
here.
Pindel's pass intended for Keelan McDonald. Incomplete.
Yeah, untimely.
Medway gets a 3 and out.
Broken up by James
Untimely
Pearl.
3 and out for the Wolverines, and now, you know, defense has to come up big
4th
here.
and 10.
Got to give Medway credit there. They able to get nice pass defense there. They're able to knock that down. Also got a little bit of a pass rush to get Pindell outside the
Well, and it started to with,
pocket.
it started to with blowing up the run there on that first play. They stopped Senjik right at the line, and Westwood's offense has been, you know, when they start the drive, they're starting on a run, and you know, you disrupt your offense that way. It changes how you call the game, and you got a fair catch there from
Mikey Murphy with
Medway,
the
but.
punt.
You know,
It's down at
it
the
changes
Medway
how you call. You're
43-yard
expecting a
line.
run. It's been going well. Your average,
1st
your
and 10
running average is
Mustang.
really high for this game. To have it blown up on 1st and 10, it changes how you call it. So, gonna be big for the defense here.
Sure is. So 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here in the game. Medway's going to have the ball. Wolverines looking to get a stop here. Get the ball back. Keep Medway out of the end zone or to avoid any field goals.
We haven't seen anything. we haven't. It's funny. We haven't.
And you don't see it too. We saw a
you
field
don't
goal
s-
attempt in the Malton
Right.
Catholic game, but that was blocked.
Yeah, you don't see the 3-point field goals. You see PATs, but
Yeah. So Pinkham gonna go with the jet sweep. No room on the far side, and then able to get across and gets about gain of 6.
Grant
That's
Hetzel, the
Grant
ball carrier.
Hetzel on the jet sweep. What you're seeing from Medway though now is they have the ball. They're going to try and just work this ball down. If they can work the ball down on run plays and get the clock moving in their favor, that's how they want to put a stranglehold on the game. Is control.
absolutely. Once again, we've talked about the clock management throughout the game and throughout just in general. You know, if you can run it down here and keep Westwood under a minute, you're forcing them to play basically Hail Mary offense.
Oh, Corrigan on the blitz gets through, and that was a beautiful play because it forced a rush throw, which is incomplete.
That's exactly what you need there. For
You get a 3rd and 5 now. What a timing there. My God, that was make or break on the timing.
Corrigan had it down to a T. I mean, and we've seen that out of him a lot tonight, too. He's had plays where he's disrupted plays by doing that. Just haven't seen him get a sack yet tonight. I think that's the thing, too. I don't think
What a
we've
player.
seen. I think we might have seen one sack out of West. No, it was a tackle for loss. I'm thinking of. Not a lot. No sacks yet tonight.
Now QB keepers, but they were
Right. Those
not
are
on the
design
plus
runs.
side. They were on the plus sides too. So, and here we go. 3rd down and 5. It's going to be most likely 4-down territory, I believe.
Oh, and they got.
Now,
no play.
who
There
drew
is a
them off?
flag.
Was it?
I think you're going
Was
to
it on
see
defense?
this.
It's looking like defense on the far sideline
Yeah,
by the
they're gonna
official.
call it.
Westwood
Oh.
for encroachment.
That is not a good.
They tried to time
That's
it.
not a good penalty.
And
That is either at the first down
That's-
or right on it.
that's going to be a first down.
You can't give free first downs like that, especially
No.
on 3rd down.
Untimely. They tried, and that's the thing, too. We just talked about it. We gave them
It's a
credit.
5-yard penalty.
They timed it. They timed it perfectly that last play. Tried to time it again, just jumped it. And I think Medway, I think
they
knew
switched
that.
it up. They switched it
Yeah.
up, knowing well.
They knew they were going to try to time it again.
Yep.
So hey, let's go to a hard count.
Officials timeout for measurement.
Oh, they're going to measure it. I
It looks close.
I
mean,
think they're going to give it to him, but we'll zoom in and see what we can get. It's a very nice Medway spot. I don't know. And that's going to be a first
good
down.
for a first down.
It is a first down, 1st and 10. Medway at the Westwood 47-yard line.
Very untimely. Goes from 3rd and 5 to 1st and 10. And giving Medway a fresh set of downs and opportunity to continue to chew some of this clock and try to put this game away.
Yeah, so a big penalty there. A free first down for Medway. They got the ball and the clock on their side. 4:50 and ticking as they are inside Westwood's side of the 50. They will take their time to move it downfield. Pinkham looks left, throws, looks right, throws left. No one there, incomplete.
Roy
That's
Pinkham's
going to stop the
pass
clock,
is
so that helps
incomplete.
Westwood there. Also helps that
It is
no
2nd
gain.
and 10.
Yeah.
no one to
At the
throw to
Westwood
there. Bring up a
47-yard
2nd and
line.
10. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Just got to watch the ball. Stay aggressive on blitzing those A gaps, force some pressure on him, force him to throw some balls that he's not comfortable throwing with receivers not fully out of their routes.
Yeah. I mean, Westwood has to keep the pressure on defensively, and they've found that when they can get that pressure on the quarterback, they are disrupting the game.
There he goes. That is Christian Cautilli with a big gain there, about
Christian
17.
Cautilli, the ball
Cautilli
carrier.
has had an amazing game so far, and one of the biggest things that is just being able to run it. That's going to continue to run the clock. We're now getting down to 4 minutes here in the game. So, if you're Westwood, that sort of a big run play just doesn't help, especially when you had a 2nd and 10. If you can hold them to even like a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, that's in your favor every time, But, Westwood defense has to find something here.
Under 4 minutes now, 3 minutes 55 seconds. Medway has the ball on the 30. You got 2 running backs set. Handed off. Tackled. Looked like McDonald on the tackle. Or it might have been Sesselman, excuse me.
McCarthy, the ball carrier.
That was a different running back. That was
A gain of 5
McCarthy
on the play. It is 2nd and 5 at the Westwood
for
24-yard
Medway.
line.
2nd down and 5. And they're letting that clock continue to tick. I don't know
100%.
if they have a kicker on their team, but this is how you want to handle it if you do.
Let the clock run. Yeah,
Work
right.
that down to 10 seconds, get the kick.
So right now we're looking at on the 24, so about a 34-yard field goal. We did not see their kicker, but I believe it's
Hand off to Cautilli. Evades the first tackler and then gets tackled close to the line of gain.
Cautilli, the ball carrier.
Keeney. I believe Keeney's their kicker.
Excuse me, close to the first down marker. Keeney is the kicker, and he does have a good kick.
Problem is we've seen a couple blocked field goals from Medway. So, and as we
Officials time.
have another injured
Injury
player,
timeout.
and we will go to a quick break.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. So it is 3rd down and 5. It was Cautilli, the running back for Medway, who was shooken up. He was able to walk off the field.
And they're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know why I said 3rd down and 5. The ball is right around the first down
Officials
marker.
timeout
It's just looking
for
where the
measurement.
Zoom in again and
the
see
down
what we
and
can.
distance marker was, which was set up on the 5. But this looks like it's going to be close to a first down.
Ooh, I don't know. It might go Westwood's way this time.
2 minutes and
It's
45 left on the clock.
No, that'll be a first down.
That's a first down.
It is a first down, 1st and 10. Medway at the Westwood 19-yard line.
2:45 now at the 19-yard line. I should have gotten that. Jay just said it. Thank you, Jay. But
Do or
Yeah.
die for the Wolverines. Got to
Yeah.
get a stop. Got to
Gotta
get a
get-
stop. Got to get a block if they go for the field goal.
that's the
The
thing.
clock
too.
is ticking now.
That's-
2:39 and counting.
You know, if you can force them to a field goal, you have a better chance because we don't really know what their kicking situation is, and you could get a block. It's a little more common in high school ball. So
Got a handoff here. Number 25 tackled near the line of scrimmage. That was Aiden Behan on the run. Tackled by a host of Wolverines. Looks like McDonald was one of them, as well as O'Shea.
it looks like we're gonna get.
There was actually a gain
25,
on it, so
Aiden
they're going to say it was a
Behan,
gain
ball
of
carrier.
5. He was able to squirt through.
Tackled by Matt
Another
Extra.
timeout here.
A timeout for the
Timeout.
Wolverines.
I believe so. We'll stay here, but
Westwood took timeout. There was a gain of 3 on the play. It will be 2nd down and 7.
So timeout for Westwood, and
For
this is
Westwood
more.
16.
Yeah, they're obviously talking strategy, but it's more so you got to get some water on these guys.
Yeah.
You got to get them to get some, a breather. Get
Yeah.
them to calm down a little bit. That their heart rate's probably at about 150, 160 right now.
I
You
don't.
want them to be able to bring it down, where they can,
Right.
be able to make rational decisions out there, especially when it comes to, a pass play.
Right.
And where the ball is right now, guy they're going to be looking for is Jacob White, who not only had 2 touchdown receptions, he's had the 2-point conversion, which looked like he didn't even have a chance at making the play. But it looked like both plays were made with one hand.
Right.
Which
And if not Jacob White, you're looking at Cautilli, who's now coming back out on the field for the Mustangs. So, it's one of those 2 guys. So if you're Westwood, like you said, getting the nerves calmed down, understanding the situation, strategize a little bit, and see what you can do here on defense.
Wolverine's got to fill some holes. Cautilli gets through the initial rush, but then tackled at the second level. A great play there
Cautilli,
on
the ball carrier.
tracking him down.
And it's going to be a 3rd down we're seeing, I believe.
And that was tackled by Corrigan.
Another timeout here, maybe?
Brought down by
Well,
Corrigan.
chess match.
No,
as
it is.
I think Medway is going to call a
Westwood
timeout.
takes timeout.
Or
It's hard to tell who's calling the timeouts, but Medway was closer towards the sideline, which usually the team that's closer towards their sideline is usually the one that makes the call.
So we have a 3rd down and 5 here. If you're Medway, what do you do? You're on the 15.
Yeah.
Ooh. I
think going for a field goal is risky because a lot of things got to go right. You got to have a good snap. You got to have a good kick. It's got to go over the line.
Right.
And there's a lot of pressure on something that you don't do very, very often. So with that in mind, that's where you'd think run. So if you know that's in mind, it's 4 down territory here. You've got 3rd and 5. I think you might see a run. Then, if they need to throw the ball, they'll do it. But I would not be surprised on a throw here.
I was going to say, I think
Jacob
you're
White.
going to see a play action pass here, maybe a screen. But I think if they get 4th down, I think they're trying the field goal. I would honestly, because they're close enough where they could make it.
Hinkham looking to throw. Looking up the middle. He's got a guy, and he's wide open. White in the end zone for the touchdown.
Complete to Jacob White. Touchdown.
And that is going to put Medway up 6.
And now I'll be interested to see what they do here.
Do they try and go for 2?
Point.
Yeah. That was wide open in the end zone. A little miscommunication.
I would imagine
coverage there.
Medway, they're going to kick a field goal here. We see
the extra
Keeney
point,
coming on the field. And
so extra point attempt. Keeney, who's been somewhat cold.
Yeah.
He hasn't been out there in a bit.
Yeah.
Medway had to go for 2.
An interesting strategy here, but, you know, this is the smart play, I think. If you get the 1,
well,
you
there's
force
plenty of
Westwood.
time. You gotta kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, you gotta kick the extra point because Westwood has plenty of time to go take it the other way. And that is a good kick. So that kick shows me that they probably would have gave the field goal a try if they needed to.
Yeah.
But 2 minutes. Hey, 2 minutes 5 seconds remaining. This is exactly what we were talking about. 2-minute offense.
Yeah.
They got the timeouts too to be able to use while they move the ball down. You know, if they want to throw some runs in there, or if there's gains that are less than 10 yards.
You got to see something on offense though here for the Wolverines. You know, it's do or die time. You're going to see him. I think you're going to see him come out swinging. You know, and you know, it's another test. Can you drive down the field and run a 2-minute offense? You know, I expect to see a lot of throws on the sideline. You know, you stop the clock. You used up a couple timeouts. I don't know exactly how many timeouts the Wolverines have, but I believe they're at least down to 1. I know they used 2 on that last drive. So it's now time management is now going to be on the guys on the field. You know, can you get down and spike it? Can you get out of bounds in time?
You gotta get a return here.
Right.
You gotta be able to get the ball cleanly.
Yeah.
And get at least 10. You gotta get 15, 20 yards if you can. And they're gonna let them return it. So we go, Warren. Warren's gonna throw it.
Oh.
He's got McGowan who gets tackled. The ball is heading towards the Westwood end zone. And it's gonna be a Medway ball on the 2-yard line.
Return the kickoff.
They were looking for the
fumble on the play recovered by Medway.
Buffalo Bills, or excuse me, the Tennessee Titans play from the playoffs years back. I think it was 2000. Steve Wycheck throw. That's a tough throw across the body like that.
Yeah, no, it was looking like the Tennessee Buffalo game you were referencing to, and just an unfortunate draw of the cards.
Yeah.
I was almost worried that was a touchdown. It was close, but Medway's going to look to ice this game here for him, and I would expect to see a run. I'd expect to see him go to Cartilli and try to ice it that way. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they want to play this out. They certainly, Westwood's got 3 timeouts, so Westwood could, if Medway wants to just, the 3 timeouts is going to force Medway to go for it.
Right.
And just try and get the touchdown, which they'll try and get the touchdown here. And
of course.
Go up 14.
I wouldn't even be surprised to see him do a pass attempt.
And they actually have Keeney out there. Westwood's a player short. And Keeney just going to try and push it in himself.
Keeney on the
And
keeper.
And
he gets
is
it.
in.
He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Keeney, very interesting. We hadn't seen him
No.
all second half.
But we mentioned earlier in the game, too, he was a dual threat quarterback and running was his specialty.
One-yard
And
touchdown run.
saw it right there. And that's another 6 for Medway. And that unfortunately will put the game out of reach for Westwood. So
That's going to put Medway up 13 with an extra point attempt coming. And Keeney got to be the guy looking to
a triple threat,
put
if you will.
Medway up 14, and he does.
Keeney's extra point try is good. The try
Throwing, running, and
successful.
kicking.
Medway 34, Westwood 20.
Triple threat from Keeney. And
So
you
Westwood
see why.
down 14 with 1:45. They will get the ball back, but they're going to need some help to be able to get it down 2 times very quickly. An onside kick. But sorry, Evan, you were. Didn't mean to
Oh, I
cut
was
you
going
off.
to say, I mean, when you got a guy like that, that's a big part of the game, and they can strategize. And you see, Medway has 2 QBs. I kind of, when I said it earlier in the broadcast, I kind of thought, I was like, that's crazy to think of a 2 QB system. But it's clear, and it works for them. They've done a great job this game. You have a guy like Pinkham who can make a great throw. He's hitting those fades in the end zones. You saw Jacob White. What a receiver he was for the Medway Mustangs. And you have Keeney, who can come in the specialty when you need him. And he's in the special teams. He's in quarterback. And he's had some good plays on defense, too. So, for, like you said, for the Wolverines, though, can you make something happen here in crunch time? You're down 2 scores. But, maybe they have something.
Was returned by Kamala Ratanapaboon. Tackled at around the 23. Wolverines will have the ball with 1:38, down 14.
And Morgan, we will be back here next week against Norwood.
Yes.
That's
going to be a fun one.
That will be a good one. It's a crosstown rivalry. We've done a bunch of Norwood games, not just in football, but in
Be
general.
live. We'll see if they can get it up at Lewis's in Norwood. That would be an all-timer. We
Yeah.
get the game call up at
We'll
Lewis's.
have to give them a call and see if they can pull some strings for us, maybe.
We know a couple guys over there. Handel up the far side. That is complete.
Here we'll call
That's caught by McDonald. That's going to move the chains.
Ty
First
Pendel
down.
complete
our friends
to Keelan
over at
McDonald.
Neroli, too, see if they can put it on the
Gain is
screen.
enough for
Yes.
Wolverines.
And
First
thank
And
you to
Camellas as well. And, Neroli.
And,
That is
intended
incomplete.
for Teddy McGowan.
We'll say it
Incomplete.
tonight right now. Thank you to Arch and
Yes.
Neroli for your continued
Yes.
support throughout the Westwood season, and also to Annie Elcock, Jessup
and
Real
10
Estate,
at the
and Mays Boys
Westwood.
Landscaping.
Yes.
There are
Very appreciative of
our-
them and their partnership.
Yep.
None of this is possible without the community that supports Westwood Media
course.
Center and the coverage, and and allowing us to take it to a level that really is unmatched, I feel, in the Tri-Valley League when it comes to the sports and the passion and the podcasts, the shows, everything that's built around it.
Yeah, it's a team. I'll say right now, it's a team effort. Like,
Yep.
none of this happens without
Incomplete.
a lot of moving
Flag on
parts.
the
I know
play.
you know it. You're one of those big moving parts. All of our partners and the people who work with us, the students, my colleagues at Westwood Media Center, and it's not a one-man show. It's nowhere near that. And we do some fun stuff, all things
Yes.
considered. So, we get to do that because it takes a village and it takes a team, and we get to do what we love, and nothing better than that. So
The penalty against Westwood.
excited to be
intentional
back here next week.
grounding.
We have 2 live games next week. We're gonna have
Yes,
volleyball
We
live
have
too.
seniors. We're
Third
going to cover
down.
senior night for girls
16.
field hockey, which will be fun.
Yep.
Handel, screen pass to Senjik. Senjik's got some blockers ahead of him. And he gets a nice gain there. Gain of about 14, actually 15. They're going to give him the first down. So So minute 5 remaining. That will
Down
start
at
right
the
back up
47-yard line.
on the ref's whistle.
Gain
It's
enough
already
for
started.
Another Wolverines. 1st and 10.
Mendel to McDonald. That's a gain of about 15. That will move the sticks.
Westwood in the hurry-up offense now.
Across the 40 down to the Medway 38-yard line to gain
50
enough
seconds
for
on the
another
board.
Wolverines.
I don't know if they have any remaining timeouts to.
I don't believe so, but
No, they were using it on the
hey, if they can get
defensive.
if they can get a touchdown
areas.
here, we're gonna have a penalty flag. It's probably gonna be holding, but we see a shot to the end zone.
And a
Oh, and
touchdown catch by
Beauregard.
Beauregard.
Pass is complete to Beauregard in the end zone.
I don't know if
Offside on the play.
It's going to be holding on Westwood.
Ugh.
Uh,
And it was a great throw too.
that was a
It
beautiful throw. That
Yep.
would have been Beauregard's first varsity touchdown catch, but is negated by a holding penalty.
And that's been something we've
He's
seen.
had some
Holding
really
against Westwood
unlucky
will be a
holding
10-yard penalty.
timings on the holdings.
Yeah,
Two-
I mean,
Touchdown pass on the, I believe the McDonald. Was it McDonald?
yep, it was the same McDonald. They threw a shot to the end zone, and McDonald got it. So that's the second touchdown we've seen negated today due to holding. Expect to see another shot here in the end zone, but just unfortunate,
Mendel's pass.
unfortunate, you know, timing on the penalties, and it's something that you can't have happen if you're Westwood in this situation. You gotta, Medway has forced you to play perfect football. We talk about opponents forcing Westwood, trying to force people to play their perfect games. We talk a lot about it in soccer, but in a situation like that, can't hold there. But something to continue to work on if you're Westwood. Pintel drops back.
Second down and 20.
Oh, and he's
They're
got
looking for
McGowan.
and that's defended by the safety over the top.
Mendel's pass.
We're going to see third down and 20 here.
There is a flag after the play.
Could we see a pass interference, maybe?
Typically
I didn't see it,
where that is, yeah.
but
That's only, if anything, it'd be a 15-yard, which will
I am no
make it a
third manageable.
third and inside the chains.
Let's see what the. Yeah, it's going to be a pass interference, I believe, and they're going to move it up to 3rd and 5. So a little better field position for the Wolverines to maybe take a shot here. And then, I think at that point, hey, we saw it last week against Malden Catholic. You have to take another onside kick attempt. But you got your practice last week. You never know.
Wolverines.
Mendel. He's got some space.
He's going to run it.
He's going to take it out of bounds.
13 seconds
22-yard line.
At the Medway 22-yard line.
And here's where points matter too. So it's not just about wins and losses. It's about point differential.
Yeah.
So if you can get this to within 7, it's a lot more helpful than 14. So the Wolverines, the system has changed kind of how you look at games. It's not just Westwood looking to get it.
Oh.
He was tackled. I don't know if that's an incomplete pass because it looked like a throwing motion.
He might have thrown it. I don't know. But
second down.
Yeah, they're going to call it incomplete pass. So 4 seconds left to get some points here.
One look to get at the end zone. And this is trying to sway it for both teams. Medway wants to keep it 14 points. Well, that looks good for them in their rankings. Westwood trying to get it to within 7, but the refs are going to have the clock roll out and say that's the end of the game. They're going to say that was a sack, not a incomplete pass, and that is going to do it. And Medway came into Westwood and got it done, 34-20.
That's the end of the game tonight.
And we're able to get big touchdowns to tie it.
Westwood 20.
Or excuse me, a touchdown to get within 2, a big-time 2-point conversion to tie it. They then scored the game, the tie-breaking touchdown to go up 7, and then on the special teams trickery, they were able to put that in on the 1-yard line to get to 34 points, where they come away with a win, 14-point win, 34-20 over the Wolverines here in Flayhive.
Yeah, just Medway came out here and they really especially in the fourth quarter. I think we saw 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns, correct?
Yeah.
You know, it's a hard way to go out for the Wolverines. Going to continue to look to improve and prepare for Norwood next week. The Border War, as Jay Risha coined it.
Pleasant Friday evening, everybody.
But
Drive safely,
you know, if you're
please.
Westwood, it's you know, you got to continue to work on those things that we saw. You know, Medway came out and they came out aggressive,
Yeah.
and you saw it. You got to give props to Jacob White for Medway. What a receiver he is,
Yeah.
and Cautilli
Cautilli.
and their 2 quarterback system.
Pinkham got a good job done, you know, and Logan Keeney.
Yeah,
all
this
of them
was
big time contributors.
And if you're Westwood now, you got to focus on you know, turning this around and seeing what you can do. You know, you're focused on the playoffs, but also you're focused on turning the season around. You're now 1-3 on the year, and you know, you got to get some positive momentum somehow. So.
Yeah. Yep, so that is going to do it here from Flay High. Wolverines lost to Medway 34-20. We will be back next week for live coverage of the Westwood Norwood game. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We will catch you next week on Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood boys football.